Good evening, legends. How are you all? Thanks for joining us this evening for the preview to the massive clash on Saturday afternoon between the Pies and the Tigers. Very special, significant game for me. Richmond has been the Richmond Footy Club has been important in my life. My dad was a supporter. My brother is a supporter, and I had a lot of years of absolutely sticking the boots in. And then they just went bang, bang, and bang, and won 3 flags. And we can't laugh at them anymore. But right now, the laughter's starting to come back a bit now. It's there have been an absolute basket case now for 2-3 years, and let's hope it stays that way. Fly's announced the team. I've got it up on the screen at the moment. Just people in the chat, just give us a thumbs up that I'm nice and loud and clear, and I'm not talking to myself. As you can see, we've brought in Pendles. Pendles has missed the last 2 games. We've brought him straight back in. A lot of people wanted to see someone. Thanks, was lucky for the thumbs up. A lot of people wanted to see other people dropped, but we've gone out. We've gone for Pod. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name. He's been omitted, and I agree with that. I like Pod, but just wasn't showing enough. Missed a few easy shots, and had his chance. Could have kicked vital goals for us in the last couple of weeks, but he shanked them. He'll go back to the VFL, get some form up and going, and try and bang the door down again. We probably went a bit top heavy last week. Not much was happening once the ball hit the ground. And I think we found out once Geordie went up forward and was crumbing and making space for himself almost immediately. So it's hard to have a forward line with Buller, Pod and Skunk. Skunk kicked the 3 goals, so Pod gets the chop. That's just the way it is. So interesting emergencies there. The Pod is an emergency, and Harry Di Mattia and Liam Puncher. Now, Harry Di Mattia is an emergency, and he's probably jumped ahead of Gus Anderson, much to the chagrin of a lot of us. But that's the way it is. And the other one is Puncher. Now, with Puncher, there's a bit of a question mark on Q, Isaac Quaynor. So you never know, we might see a debut on Saturday, because that would be the closest thing, defender for a defender, unless they switch the magnets around and bring in Pod or Harry Di Mattia, or pay the fine and bring someone else in. But, watch out for that, because Barrett, I'm not sure what Q's problem is, but I've been hearing around the traps that Q is a little bit niggly. So you never know. We could see the debut for Puncher. I've got the team up there. These are my choice of positions for the players. We've got the all-star defence there that's been hasn't done anything wrong. Howie had his best game of the season last week. Pezza has been absolutely immense since coming back from his hammy injury. Dan Houston, we'll talk about him. We always do. We want to see a lot more. So Pendle slots back straight into that midfield. I've got Swads on a wing ahead of Rowan Steele. Not sure he does. Steele deserves to be demoted, and he probably won't. But that's what I've put Swads on one wing and Josh on the other. That's what I'd like to see. But Fly, I know he watches the show, but he never listens to me. But that's the way it is. Forward line looks much better with Geordie in there. I know Geordie's had an absolute cracker of a year playing midfield and forward. I like him more as a forward. When he's up forward, we're a chance every time it goes in there. I'd like to see him more over there. We've got Pendles back playing midfield. Pendles uh, and Long will be probably, and Allen will be switching around in there. I've got Bo McCreary on a half forward flank. On my tip for this game, I've got the Pies to win by 35. I'm looking at other people's tips. They've gone for higher than that, but we don't do that, mate. We don't smash teams. So I've gone Pies by 35. And I've gone for Swadley to back it up with a 20-plus game. And I've also put in Bo to bounce back because we're all got the eye on him. We're all saying, what the fuck's going on, Bo? So I'm tipping Bo to bounce back with 15 and 2 goals. Get your tips and predictions in, guys. I've got Boyd's, I've got Chrissy Talbot's, I've got Josh's, I've got Stephanos's up on the screen there. Get them up there. I'll put them in the vault. So our forward line looks much better with Geordie in there. Buller and McStay, Shooter, Skunk will be there, as would be Harvey Harrison. So hopefully, we're not as slow and laborious up in that forward line. So, yeah, I'm tipping us by 35. I'll just quickly get Stephanos's prediction down before I get the other panelists on. He's gone for the Pies by 45. I'm not the only one to back Bo in. Josh has picked him for 16 and 7 score involvements. Stephanos has gone Bo with 14 and 2. So we all want to see it, mate. Ever since he cut his hair, got the supermodel girlfriend and the Tasmania rumours started coming in. He's been absolute fucking dog shit. But we all loved him in full flight in that premiership year, where he tackled like an absolute beast and scored great goals. Carlton supporters, Geelong supporters think he's an absolute A-lister, but we watch the games every week, and we're not happy with what we're seeing at the moment. And just with Bo, geez, have you ever seen a player given every single opportunity to get back in form? I reckon he's played about 5 or 6 really quiet ones in a row. So, yeah. Well, Steph's gone for McStay with 5 goals. Oh. All right. There he is. The Warble. Matthew J., the Warble. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Mick. Doing well, mate.
Good. That's good, man.
We've
got a special guest coming up later, a friend of Matt's. I've been told he's a one-eyed Richmond fan. He's backstage at the moment. We'll just get through our preliminary conversations here. We'll get him on and we'll start the banter. I've got a couple of other people backstage as well. I'll get them on as we go along. And so I've got Matty in. Matt, what are your feelings for this game, mate, with this selection?
Yeah, we were a bit. I think we're a bit too tall on the forward line.
Yeah,
but pretty gutless selection. With respect, we're playing a young, lots of injuries with Richmond, and this if you didn't have a perfect opportunity to manage a few of the older guys, drop a few players who are like Bo. Houston, at least manage him. Crisp, side bottom. There's 3, 4, 5 guys who would have worthy replacements, probably even play better with these younger blokes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just gutless, Fly. Like, come on. You've got to start giving these guys a go. And
it was interesting.
I haven't seen...
Yeah.
Go on, mate. Sorry.
No, I was just going to quickly interject. I didn't see Fly's presser earlier today, but apparently he's had another go at the youngsters, saying, they're not banging. I didn't see it, but I'm just reiterating what people have told me. That's why I don't want to see it. I don't want to get fucking angry. like
No, I didn't watch it either.
he's saying, yeah, apparently he said, look, someone else will elaborate, whoever saw it, but apparently he said the youngsters aren't banging the door down. Come on, mate. We could name
Are
about
you
5 or
kidding?
6 of them banging the door down, mate, you know? Yeah.
Like, I have not seen such a dominant display from a forward, you know, given its VFL. But Charlie West is starring. Like, he reminded me of Gavin Brown. You know, you could play the bloke on the ball the way he was playing, getting all around the ground, took 8 marks, 8 inside 50s, 20 possessions, 3 goals. He's the real deal. And he's 5th in line.
Yeah.
Like, that is an absolute for fly. I didn't see it, so I'm you know, I'm paraphrasing as well, but from what it sounded like, he's saying, yeah, there's no one in the reserves knocking the door down. Well, if that bloke's not knocking the door down and isn't our most exciting forward talent, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's a slight on him. That is a slight on him. And like Manny says, he'll probably look, if he keeps getting treated like this, he'll look for a trade, and you wouldn't blame him.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And I'm just thinking, I'm looking at all the other teams. He would fit in nicely to pretty much any team in that bottom half of the ladder. Why are we so special? We're fucking 10th, mate. You know, the kid should be playing. And in my opinion, Swadling and West should have been there from round 0, mate, and played. If West, I know he had a couple of quiet ones, mate. Give him 4 or 5 in a row, mate. You know,
exactly.
And yeah.
You know what? If I tell you what, Port and especially Adelaide would be eyeing off West because they'd see him as a replacement for Tex. He's a similar sort of, you know, not a huge forward, mobile, beautiful kick, good mark for his size. Yeah. Anyway, there was at least there wasn't anything really dumb at selection.
Yeah,
but it was very, very conservative.
Yeah. Yeah. Voidoid Generation. Good evening, mate.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, hey, man. Good.
Hey, Matt.
How you feeling, mate?
Oh, well, look, it's I'm not euphoric, but I'm also not crushed either. Like, it was a very conservative change. Yeah, so nothing to be super excited, but I thought Harry D might have got his opportunity. I was talking about it earlier in the week. That would have only happened if Bo made way. He's decided to give Bo another shot to turn his form around. Just might be a bit unwarranted at this point, but it is what it is. Westie's terribly unlucky. It likely would have come at the expense of Buller if it had have happened. It's up to everyone if Buller did enough. I mean, if he had to kick those goals, he would have. He didn't, so don't know. I don't know where that sort of sits with me. He sort of. I mean, he had shots at goal, which is one thing, but he probably didn't look threatening enough. Like I think Westie would probably give you more around the ground as well.
Yeah.
But Buller certainly doesn't deserve to be dropped or anything. He would have been stiff to have been dropped. Pod for Pendles was a sort of a weird one. I know Pod was a bit quiet, but Pod's pretty mobile and Pendles isn't very quick. So we sort of took out a sort of a quickish guy for a slowish guy. But I don't know. Like Matt said, it would have been a great opportunity to maybe get a couple of inclusions in, give them a taste. But alas, that hasn't happened. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Manny in the chat, who re-signed until 2028? Can you? I didn't hear about Westie's re-signing or anything like that. Who are you talking about, mate? I just missed that. I don't know who you're talking about. Just can you please just elaborate on that, mate? Before I get our special guest on, the Richmond supporter, I'll get another regular panelist on. We'll get Ultimate. greatness. There he is. How are you, Sean?
Hey, fellas. How's everything going?
Hey, Shawnee.
Good, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this? Manny's saying that Westy signed till 2028 today.
Oh, okay. I knew about Frampton. I know Frampton signed.
Yeah.
If West signed, then that's breaking news to me.
Yeah.
I've kind of it's not been by design, but I've actually kind of been ignoring selection night.
Yeah.
Just because I just get disappointed every single time I see it. So I'm now on the opinion where I'm just like, okay, I'm just not gonna ruin my night by just listening to whoever we select on a Thursday night. So I mean, you've already said pods for Pendles. That's you know, again, I'm not trying to discredit Pendles and stuff because he's an absolute goat, but like, does that mean that we're going to have Pendles forward? Does that mean we're going to start trying Long as a midfield forward again? Like, like what does that even mean? You know, like, because I just look at that and I go, that's just nothing good. And yes, it's unfortunate that we have to say that when it comes to, you know, Pendles and stuff, but it's just, if like, and I guess when it comes to selection integrity, Pendles does need to play, but like, it just sucks when you have so many players that are worthy of games, so many guys that actually do need to be dropped as well. Like, I don't even know who comes in, and to be honest, I don't even think I care. That's literally how little faith I have in this club. I'm just gonna rock up on Saturday and literally watch the ground and figure out who's on the ground. That's where I'll find out who's in and out. Because I just have such little faith, and even if I did find out, I wouldn't even be hyped for the game. In fact, I'd probably even be so bummed out. I'd probably just, but no, I don't feel like going this week because it's just like what motivation is the club giving us to turn up?
Yeah,
like, you know, and this is coming from a guy that is super passionate about the footy. Like, I'm an absolute diehard. And the fact that I'm being, you know, I'm saying these words, it's like, it's as if I feel like a different person in like the worst ways, because it's like, I don't have faith in the club anymore, don't have faith in Fly. Like, you know, I kind of don't even want to go to the VFL in person because it just feels like a graveyard for you know, careers at this point when, you know, it should be you know, VFL is not this amazing thing, but it should be a ground where you develop and, you know, especially in the second half of the year. Yeah, I can understand the VFL is not a good place, you know, to be if you're on an AFL list. But fuck me, we got to develop somewhere at some time.
You're right, mate.
And then his comments about how it's like, that we don't have anyone knocking the door down and all this. It's just full of shit. Like, I'll just be bluntly honest. It is full of absolute crap. You know?
Yeah. That's why I couldn't listen to that presser today. I saw it come up on my feed, and I'm like, I really don't want to listen to this shit, man. Seriously.
Oh, well, I did, and I blew a gasket over it because it's just, you know, because, and even so, like, you know, it's just, Fly has been so, I don't know if hypocritical is the right word, but it's just, you know, the amount of times, you know, we take pings at the stumps and we want to give opportunities. Where the fuck is Ryan's opportunity? You know, the kid is out of contract. He's gonna scratch and bite tooth and nail for every possession he's gonna get because he knows it's his last chance. And you're not gonna even give the guy an opportunity? Like, fuck me. Like, where is this club at?
We can't give him a game against Richmond.
Yeah, I know.
Apparently
we can't manage Howie.
Yeah, and like he's put punch up.
We can't manage Houston.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's way too important.
Yeah, and he's put, like, Q might miss this game. Yeah, that's all I'm hearing. Q's 50-50 for this game. They've put Puncher as emergency. So Puncher has leapfrogged Ryan, TJ, and fucking Parker for an emergency spot. In all fairness to Puncher, I like what I've seen so far, but fuck, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I reckon Ryan deserves to be the man,
Yeah. Well, let's think, if Quinn is out, then Ryan needs to play. Because that is a like for like. Puncher in for Quainer, that's not necessarily like for like. You could potentially argue that because you've got Howe there, if Puncher comes in, Puncher could be a second tall and Howe goes with a third tall, which is probably more preferable.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm trying my best to be a good supporter. I'm trying my best to give this club like the benefit of the doubt to have the positive side of it, but I'm honestly just getting over it. Like I'm so I don't know, it just feels like every week I've just been saying I'm just so done with the club, and it's like, we keep turning up every week and we like and the most devastating part about it is that I know we are good enough. I know that we are a top 4 side in disguise, but we just have this hard on, this absolute just hard on for wanting to shoot ourselves in the foot, but then complain once we have a bullet in our foot, we go, fuck, why can't we hit targets by our foot anymore? Well, if you got a couple of bullets in your foot, no shit, you're going to miss some targets because you got probably a broken foot. Like it's like, come on, guys, like just
UG is on fire. Now, Chrissy Talbot and Manny are saying that Rowan Steele and Westy re-signed today until 2028. We got to trust it. Yeah, Chrissy Talbot and Manny, they're our sources, mate. Or as Caro says, our fourthers. So good evening, Mr. Wharf in the chat. Okay, Matt, I've got Bergs backstage. Before we chuck him on, give us an introduction.
So I know Bergs. I played footy under Bergs at the Fitzroy Reds, which was formerly University Reds, then became Fitzroy Reds, and now is just Fitzroy Football. They're now in A-grade amateurs, I believe, or close to it. That was way back in D section. And I was lucky enough to win a premiership under Bergs. Great coach, great guy. Only problem is he's a mad Richmond supporter, but has intimate knowledge about the game, has developed and coached at very high levels and coached a lot of very talented young men. So I'm sure he's going to give us some insights into the league footballers, and a few Collingwood stories as well. And so it'd be good to catch up.
I'll be looking forward to tell him how you were as a player, Matt.
No.
No?
Go for it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
All right, we'll get him on. Good evening, Bergs. How are you, mate?
Yeah, welcome. Good evening, mate. How are you?
Very good, very good.
Hey, Bergs.
Hey, Manny. How are you? Good to see you.
Yeah. Mate. Richmond supporter, you would have had between 19 when was the last flag? 1980, between 1981 and the 2000s. You guys were an absolute laughing stock, and we love sticking the boots in, but you have absolutely went bang, bang, and bang, and now no one can make fun of you anymore, mate. So, but you've fallen back down again. I'll let you talk. Sorry, mate. Go, Bergs. Yep.
Look, I'm fortunate enough to have seen 8 Richmond premierships. So you're young Collingwood blokes. I'm not sure you've seen that many. So we'll start off with a bang. I went to my first one in '67. I saw 69, 80. The 273, 74 back-to-back. So I've seen a lot of Richmond flags. So, there was a big lean time, but that's nothing that you Collingwood maggots don't know. Like, Jesus Christ. You had a long time between drinks. I think footy's, swings and roundabouts. I think it's a lot hard to win flags now with so many teams in the comp. So, it's just one of those things. I think if you get up, you've got to take your opportunities, and you've got to understand when your opportunity is no longer about. I was listening to a couple of young guys there in the podcast thinking Collingwood's a top 4 side. You're kidding yourself. The sooner you start blooding kids, the better you will be.
Yeah.
And your time will rise up and come back a lot quicker. You know, you're playing Richmond. You've got 18 100 gamers in the team, and Richmond have got 9 with a heap of injuries. You blokes need to be resting all your over 30s and beating us anyway
100%.
Because you can. And I just think that Fly come from such a successful culture, and I was a recruiter at Brisbane when Fly was playing. So I know him, and they come from such a successful culture where you had to fight and scrap and claw your way into that team, that no kid got a chance in Brisbane. I think Richard Hadley played his 3rd or 4th game in a final, but apart from that, it was very hard for kids like Desi Edlin and kids like that to get in that team. And so Fly understands that when you're really good, you know, kids have got to fight and scrap, but you're not really good anymore, so they don't have to fight and scrap. Give them a go. That's what I reckon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well said.
So can you just like, how are you looking at Richmond at the moment? Like, do you think? Go on. Yeah.
I think there's, with the Tigers, like everyone's going, give them time. I just don't see. It was a lot like Dimmer when Dimmer was there. We were okay and competitive. Like, it's a different group. We're young, but we were okay and competitive. But we, until like 2017, when we cleaned out our assistant coaches, we had no plan in the front half. We just bombed it in. And what I don't like now is, because our senior players are all in the back half, we can take the ball to the middle of the ground with relative ease, and then it's just a bomb to nothing. Footy's become keepings off, and why then do you keep it off the opposition to the middle of the ground and then just kick it inside 50 with a long bomb? You know, we're looking like Melbourne were 3 years ago. You know, like the ball just comes out of our back half so quickly. So for me, I think Uze needs some good people around him, and they need a better structure 4 to 50. And guys, I know we're young, and I know we're a completely different team when Lynch is in the team, but we don't have Lynch, so lower your eyes and hit up some targets and be more patient with the ball when you get to the wing. They just kind of charge forward and kick long, and I just think we're an easy team to beat when we play like that.
Yeah. Are you patient with Uze?
I'm patient with Uze at this stage because I don't think what would we be up the ladder, like one position more. Like, we've had so many young players. Smiley hasn't played, Houghton hasn't played, Fall's out, you know, Armstrong's out. We just need to get games into kids. And like, we're doing that. I like young Grill.
He's a gun. Yeah.
Cummings is going to be a really good player. They've drafted some serious talent. I think they need to go out and swap some high picks now for, whether it's not a Butters. If it was me, I'd go after someone like McLean at Sydney who can pinch it in the ruck. They don't need him now. They've got Curnow. Or I'd go after the defender. Although the kid we drafted mid-season, and then he looks like a player. But yeah, the game's changed so much.
Yeah. People in the chat, feel free to shoot questions at Bergs. We've got one here from regular panelist Benny Zero. Bergs, welcome. Does Coxie make you lose sleep at all? Could have been a 4P.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a funny question. So here's the thing. I was coaching up in Noosa at the time of the prelim. I just got back from overseas, and it was our best and fairest. And I went to the best and fairest, and I'm looking at the scores on my phone, and I've refused to watch the game ever since. I've never seen it. So he doesn't give me nightmares, but he does shit me. All right.
That would have to be. Look, I apologise, Bergs, but that, like, from a Collingwood supporter perspective, that would have to be one of the most satisfying wins, even though the week after was heartbreaking. But going into that prelim, I remember going into that thinking we're going to get absolutely belted, and had no faith in us at all to get the chocolates. And we did it so comfortably. There was a bit of a scare right at the end. You were coming back hard.
You kicked the first 10 goals of the game almost, didn't it?
Yeah. Degoe kicked 4, I think. It was just a great. All the players played well that day, and I reckon they were surprised themselves with that effort. But Collingwood Richmond games going back the years. There's been a few memorable ones.
So I'll give some of you Collingwood supporters a bit of an insight into Dan McStay. All right, so I was coaching at Calder in under-18 years ago, and Dan McStay was centre half back for Eastern Rangers, right? And I coached in the TAC Cup system for 10 years, and there's never been a better intercept defender than Dan McStay. If he wasn't All-Australian, he should have been All-Australian centre half back. And I coached Jake Lever, Lukey Ryan there, and he was clearly a standout. Like I used to say to Tukey Miller, you kick the ball anywhere near McStay, you're off the ground. And Tukey'd kick it sometimes near him, and he'd just run to the bench because he knew I was serious. So I just don't understand how this bloke has been just content to be the 50th best forward in the competition, where he could have been the best centre half back in the competition. And I look at your back half now, and I go, why the hell, when this guy gives you not much at all up forward, he's a 25 goal a year kicker, or run under the ball to create space for someone else, why isn't he playing centre half back? I just don't understand. He's gone through his whole career at 2 clubs playing at footy when he could have been a great.
We have not seen McStay as a backman at all. The only time we've seen him back there is when he's been in the ruck and he's kind of like, just helped out.
Kick behind the plate.
It's really. I find it bizarre.
Can you see us, like, let's say if Billy Frampton goes down, could you see McStay slotting straight back in there and still having the know-how to do the job in the back line?
Defenders are born. Mick, defenders are they're born defenders. They see the game behind the footy. And Worf, you'll agree with this. Like McStay was like Drury, right, Matty? So he just sees the game behind the ball. And it's something you can't teach. Kids are born with that ability to play behind the footy. He just sees the game so well behind the ball. So he could definitely play there. Now, he's been getting away with playing forward for 10 years in the system. So whether they're going to put him back there, I don't know. It's a bizarre one. But I just look at Collingwood and I just look at their team and I go, if you had McStay at centre half back and Moore at full back, and you had Howe and Isaac Quainer and Houston, my God, that'd be hard to get past. McStay's that good. He's like a Glenn Jakovich. Like, he's a very good player. But in the front half, he doesn't give you much.
Would you accept him as because we sort of need him as a backup ruck? Could you be a backup ruck and swap to as a key back?
Nah, it's too much. You drain so much energy playing in the middle of the ground that you go back and then you've got to chase a forward who might have been out of the play for 10 minutes. Nah, it's too hard.
But I see what you mean. See, Collingwood at the moment, we've got a problem trying to get Charlie West into the side, and he should be in the side. So why wouldn't they say
he's a forward, isn't he?
We manage, West is a forward. So we let's say we manage Howie for a couple of weeks and try and stay at centre half back. What do we got to lose?
What do you got to lose, mate? You're 10th, and you're not winning this year, and you're not going to win next year or the year after. So why wouldn't you play these kids? Like, get a grip on reality. Like the kid before, he said, you're potentially a top 4 side. No, you're not. You're close. I'm watching what Collingwood are doing, and Richmond did it and didn't play enough young kids, and they fell off the precipice real quick. And this is what's going to happen to you if you don't start playing these kids. For me, look, everyone talks about Geelong and what they've been able to do. Like Geelong play finals every year, but who cares if you don't win? They've won 4 flags in the last 20. They've also won 4 flags in the last 60 years. 60. So their formula isn't hell-bent the greatest formula in the world. No point being up there if you're not going to win. They're up there every year and they win every 10. Give me a spell. Go down, come up. All right. If Richmond are down and they're blooding their kids, if they come up, you want to win a couple. All right. Take some downtime to come up. Don't just be, like, Jesus, you guys could be blooding so many more kids. It's frustrating to watch fly. He's doing my head in.
Oh, yeah. He's doing our heads in, mate.
You guys would be more frustrated because you guys actually know the kids that are in the VFL that you love to see play and play them all. Like,
which was actually the whole point of the top 4, though. That's
I'll
why
tell
I'm
you
saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
No,
on.
because
Go,
in terms
Sean.
of the kids that we're playing and stuff, if you instill some selection integrity and you have some of these guys that are basically coasting through games who basically don't deserve the job security that what they currently have. When you put basically like the feet to the fire, in a sense, through selection, you'll have some guys they'll actually stand up and actually perform.
Yeah. Yeah. So who am I talking to? Is that Tim?
It's Sean. His name,
Sean.
Ultimate
Sorry.
Greatness, but goes by the name of Sean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean,
Yeah.
okay, mate, I'm hearing you. Look, I understand. But like, it's frustrating to watch Collingwood just play this. Like, you've got so many over 30-year-olds, right? And you just keep
Oh,
playing.
100%. Yeah,
You got so many
absolutely.
over 30-year-olds, and like the game is won by kids. The thing that frustrates me
Yep.
the most, I coached Mitch, the kid you drafted mid-season. Mitch is slow. To play him ahead of the kids that are already on your list, it's embarrassing.
Could not agree more.
Yeah, it's
But I'm saying, like,
totally
yeah.
embarrassing. It's a kick in the guts for those kids. And when you say to me selection integrity, you have none when you do that.
Zero.
Oh, absolutely, we don't. But I'm saying once the message is sent, and you have people like Sidebottom and a whole bunch of guys in the VFL, and a lot of the VFL guys start going, oh damn, if we play well, we actually might have a game here. That's when everybody lifts and everyone becomes better. But in terms of that day is so far from happening. So in terms of the result, in terms of what will happen, we'll probably be, we'll probably be in the wild card round, probably in the bottom half of the wild card round. But until we have some standards that we actually hold ourselves to, we're not doing anything in terms of contending. But I'm saying once that happens, that's when top four will be a possibility.
Sean, if your club's going forward, you don't make the wild card round.
Exactly.
You play kids from here on in, and you finish 12th or 13th. You get a better draft pick, but you get a look at some quality young talent. Sidey, Handles, they don't need to play. Yeah. They don't need to play now. Like, how they can play less. You can play all these guys less, right?
You know what, Bergs? These kids, what's ironic about that, and I totally agree with you, but I got a slightly different slant on it, is these kids that are guys like West and Anderson and Swadling, they are better than Chris, Sidebottom, and Houston. So actually, if those guys are playing and those older guys who are not performing, we're actually going to play better. So we'd actually be more likely to make the wild card round. But at the same time, if we didn't make the wild card round, I don't care. If we play the kids, it's a bonus if we make the wild card round. Great. That'll be a good thrill for the kids. They've done it. But I totally agree. Because what's the point of playing Membry over West? What is the actual point?
No, there's none. And the thing is, too, like, if these kids play the last 6-8 games of the year and they walk into the club at the start of next year, you know how more up and about they are, right?
Yes.
It's their club then. It's my club. It's my turn. There's a changing of the guard, and it's my time. But if they just languish in the VFL for the rest of the year, you're going nowhere. It's terrible.
They're rotting. Yeah.
Yeah.
We often talk about, you would have heard this, Bergs, about a couple of drafts ago, we had a chance to get Logan Morris, and everyone thought we were going to get him. Yeah. And we opted for Harry Di Mattia. Apparently, he really impressed. He's a leader. Maybe he might come good one day. But our thoughts as Collingwood supporters, if Logan Morris was on Collingwood's list, he'd still be playing VFL. So
yeah, he'd still be having a hamburger at Macca's on the way to the game. Yeah, okay, I guess.
And if Di Mattia went to Brisbane, he'd probably be, starring with the Ashcroft brothers and Lockie Neal and Dunkley and all that.
It's all about what could have been in the draft. Don't talk to me about Richard Tambling, all right?
Oh, we'll talk about that. Don't worry about that, mate. We'll bring that up. Now, this show... this show is going to be like a Richmond show now, because I've also got a Richmond supporting mate backstage. Okay, his name is Brooksy. Okay, he's one-eyed Richmond fan, but probably not been watching as much these days because these are absolute dog shit. But I'll get him on. He loves a bit of a banter. I'll get him on. Brooksy. You there, mate? Shannon.
What's going on?
How are you, buddy? You good?
Well, I'm all good. I just thought I'd lean to the right.
Yeah, no worries. We can see it.
Background,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Now I got an itchy right foot. Oh, look at that, eh? What's going on, boys?
Mate, very
It's
good.
like,
Very
it's like
good,
walking
mate.
into a room with 18 bloody Caroline Wilsons.
Mate, she's one of
You
your
boys
mob,
are
mate.
You boys are absolutely slaughtering your team. Jesus Christ.
Mate, because we expect success, Brooksy. We expect success, mate. And what we're getting right now is absolute fucking dog shit, mate.
Oh, couldn't agree more. It's that bad. I've actually stopped watching footy. I'd rather watch the golf. That's far more exciting.
Now, Brooksy, the reason I respect you so much is because I love asking you this question, and I'll ask you now. Now, Collingwood is not your most hated team, and you have an absolute hatred for one particular team, which I share with you, and that makes you, oh come on, mate, the team you hate the most. Who is it?
Two equal.
Yeah.
That would be the Scum.
Yep.
Formerly known as Carl Scum. And the other one cannot stand either of them. Purely for their supporters. Purely.
Well, we missed you on the second one. What? You hate us as well, equally with the Scum?
No. Essendon drug.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's nailed it.
Hate them both. Cannot stand either of them. And just purely on their supporters, nothing more.
Yeah.
So it's a long history I have with Carlton. Yeah, one of my good mates was absolutely giving it to me for years about how shit we were, and then look what happened. We turned around and won 3 flags. And meanwhile, what have they done? Fuck all. Yeah. And then there's the druggies, because we went through a stage where we were pretty shit. But I happened to work with about 5, maybe 6 Essendon druggers.
I was there with you, mate.
At the time,
I witnessed it all, mate.
Yeah. He used to give it to me all the time, and then that's where my hatred for the Essendon Football Club came from. It was magnificent when they handed the Brownlow back, and we won 2 Brownlows in 1 year.
Now,
the Collingwood Footy Club is my second favourite team, which is a gas to a lot of people.
That is unusual.
It's very unusual.
Yeah.
I come from a family of my mum was a Collingwood supporter and my dad was a Richmond supporter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
played a couple of games at Victoria Park back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Mate, I'm the opposite to you, mate. My old man was Richmond, and my mum was Collingwood. And because I'm such a fucking mummy's boy, I went with my mum. So there you go.
It's so Greek of you.
Yeah.
You're such a good boy. He's a good boy. You better go for Collingwood.
Yeah. Oh yeah, mate. She came from Greece, mate. Moved to Collingwood, and she used to idolise Peter McKenna, mate. And and you know what happened? Like back in the 80s, all right, I'm a little kid back in the 80s, and it was sometime in the mid-80s, like 1983 or some shit like that. And it was middle of the year, watching the footy, and I seen the ladder, and the ladder's got Collingwood was on top, and Richmond was on the bottom. And this was probably like round fucking, 4 or something. But when you're that young, you don't know this shit. So I'm just looking at the ladder. Collingwood's on top, Richmond's on the bottom. Dad, I'm barracking for Collingwood, and look, the whole in Thomasdale, mate. My whole fucking street was Collingwood, so yeah, just went on from there, mate. And don't regret it, mate.
That's when you make the heartbreaking decision of your life, was it?
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, mate. Yous were an absolute basket case for a while there. But you know what I loved about, look, I've got to respect it. When Benny Gale got the job as president, he said it straight out. We're going to win a flag, or we're going to win a couple. What did he say? We're going to win a couple of flags in the next 5, 10 years or something. Everyone thought, mate, you're full of shit. And he fucking backed it up, man. And you got to respect that,
mate. Yeah. And Peggy.
Got the ducks in the row.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Got everything off field working.
Yeah.
Good president.
Yeah.
I think Bird said it well before. There's too many teams now in the competition to have to be racking up premierships. Like you have to be consistently good, and it's very hard. Yeah, because everyone's going to peak at a different time. So now you got Tassie coming in as well. So it's a good time to be at the bottom of the ladder, not at the top.
Well said.
The draft picks are going one way. They're going south. That's where they're all headed.
MD, I went to Layla High, not Tomo High, mate. We used to hate the people from Tomo High.
Was tougher in Layla anyway, Nick.
Yeah. And that's another thing, mate. The junior team I played for, black and white stripes as well, mate. I had no choice. But, all right, the conversation's been really nice at the moment. Yeah, there's been a lot of platitudes. Yeah, Collingwood's my second best team. Yeah, whatever, mate. I'm going to put this to you. I'm going to start a fucking war right now.
Oh,
okay, yeah, and I've said this to you many times at Smoko, Brooksy, at work. If it wasn't for Dusty, you would be an absolute fucking rabble, man.
Oh dear.
What do you got to say to that, Brooks?
There is only one Dustin Martin, and he played for Richmond, and that's it. you got the Kmart version of it.
Jordy
to go in.
Is that to go in?
Is it Kmart Dusty?
Yeah, you can pick up for $10 at Kmart. There's only one Dustin Martin, mate. I called it early in his career that he was shit, and then he turned out to be absolute gold.
Yeah. Well, when he first started, he was, no one knew what to make of him. He could have been a flash in the pan, but then he just
timid little kid. And then he turned it on for a quarter. And then the next year he turned it on for 2 quarters. Yeah. And the next year, a couple of years later, he turned it on for 3 quarters. Eventually he built his game that way and just absolutely fucking blew them all off the park.
Yeah. Now, look, I was just going to say, look, you were a top team, man. Fucking Rance, Cochin, Jack Rewalt, but fuck, man, without Dusty, mate, not only the every grand final, he won the Norm Smith in every fucking game in every grand final, but the finals as a whole, mate, he turned it on at the right times, and no one could stop him, man. And
just took a kick of brilliance that he has fucking brought him back into the game. Like it's just it was amazing to watch. It was a great period of footy. That's when I was watching footy.
They're a rare breed, those type of footballers who can be a ruck rover and equally as good when they go down to the goal square.
Yeah.
Can I just talk about Dusty for a sec?
Go, Boots.
I just want to say when everyone talks about Dusty and Mick, I know you're taking the piss. If it wasn't for Dusty, we'd be rabble. But when Vlosten and Broad are your 4th and 5th defenders, you're going to win premierships.
Oh, yeah.
We had Rance, Asper and Grimes, Vlosten, Broad, Rioli running off halfback, and Basher running off halfback. You set up premierships in your back half of the ground, and that's an elite defensive unit. Like, they were elite. And sure, Dusty's putting the cream on the cake. Dusty was a gun player, don't get me wrong. He was the best big gun player I've ever seen in my life. But if you don't have that control behind the footy, you don't give those guys a chance to showcase what they can do. Dusty was a freak, but that team was full of role players, and it was an era full of role players.
Yeah. And
individuals that win premierships, teams win premierships,
Yeah.
Look, it was personified. That one is one against Geelong. Who was it that got knocked out in that in the first quarter almost?
Boston. First few minutes.
After that happened, I thought, mate, yous are cooked. But the same thing happened, mate. Come third quarter, Dusty just went absolute fucking nuts, and Geelong had no answer, mate.
Yeah, they were a bit of our bunny there for a while. We were their bunny for like 10 years, but then when we were good, we just used to beat them for something to do.
Remember when they kicked 10 in the first, 10 in the second, 10 in the third? I left at three-quarter time. They kicked another, I think, 12 at Marvel Stadium.
Yeah.
And they beat us by an absolute gazillion.
Destroyed us. 2007, I was there, yeah.
Yeah, I was there too. I left at fucking three-quarter time. My son looked at me. He was about 7 years old. He goes, Dad, have we had enough? And I go, fucking hopefully we have. Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, Brooksy, what did you think when Richmond went and recruited an Essendon player as a coach, former Essendon player?
Who was that? Matty Knights.
Early in his career, I called for his
Hardwick.
head.
Oh, Hardwick. Sorry.
Hardwick.
Yeah.
I reckon it was in
because he went very close to getting the axe.
Told me that in about 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 2015, I reckon he called for his head.
Yeah, he's all wanted him gone. Admit it. He's all wanted him gone. He's kept fucking blowing it. He's kept finishing ninth, and if he did make the finals, that game against Port, where fucking Cochin decides to kick against the wind the first quarter, and they just banged on 10 on you. Then he's lost that one against Carlton. I know all these games because I was watching them with my brother each one, and I was fucking loving every second of it, man.
Yeah. And Nick, little did you know greatness, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like dynasty teams, they need the heartbreak. Yeah. Just before they hit that dynasty period, he's had that heartbreak. It would have been about 3-4 years in a row. Like real fucking heartbreaking shit, you know?
Yeah, well, and Mick, where's our dynasty? We've had heartbreak for 40 years.
Yeah.
It's because when Collingwood win a flag, they go, okay, that's done now.
Yeah.
And Collingwood supporters accept that. That's why you always hear Collingwood supporters say, oh, McRae, 1 premiership and 2 prelims. Well, we should have been in at least 2 grand finals and probably should have won 2 flags in that time. But we're accepting of it.
In the late 70s, we didn't turn that heartbreak into jack shit.
No.
Just I remember in 2002, I was having a coffee with Matty, and I actually drove him to the game, the grand final game, and he was so confident. Do you remember, Matty? I dropped you at the G.
You couldn't believe how confident I was. You were like, what are you on about, Matty? You're going to get smashed.
You ain't winning. You ain't winning. And you were legitimate in being a little bit confident, probably a little bit stiff, but you were up and about that day.
Mate, we got absolutely
we had that function at Nicholson Street.
Yeah.
And there was a Reds brekkie, I think.
Yeah.
And
And then I said, I'll drop you in, Matty. No worries. Good luck. Hope you go well. Dropped you off, and I've gone, no fucking chance.
That would have been the greatest. That would have been the greatest upset of the modern era.
I remember thinking, I can't wait. I cannot wait to go and rub it in Bergs' face.
Yeah.
And I bet when Josh
had to cry instead.
The last quarter with the 10 minutes to go, or whatever it was, I bet you were loving your chances too.
Yeah.
Rupert Batheris can't be a premiership player, surely.
Oh, he's a legend.
Yeah. Oh, he's a legend.
Cold hero. But
we should have won that flag if it wasn't for the umpires fucking up Rocker. And we should have won that flag. It was a bunch of battlers against the team of absolute fucking superstars who had the bloke that went to Essendon and fucking jabbed them all up. He was at fucking Brisbane at the time. No one ever talks about that.
Really?
Yeah. Dank. Stephen Dank.
Yeah.
He was at Geelong as well, man. When Geelong were winning flags in the fucking late 2000s, mate. No one talks about that shit, mate. But that's another topic anyway.
Geelong at Teflon.
You're up and about it.
Yeah.
I think every Richmond supporter, I was listening to the gentleman just before. What's your name? I think the Richmond supporter?
Brooksy.
Brooksy. But I couldn't believe you said Carlton and Essendon. They're my two hated. It's Essendon the most, then Carlton. You know why we don't hate Collingwood? Because when I was a kid, Collingwood didn't win anything. Right?
That's right.
They weren't a threat. They had McKenna, but they didn't win, right? So we'd beat them. So it was always Carlton, and then for me it was Essendon, the drug saga, because I had a couple of kids that I coached went there and were 18 and they were jabbing them up. I'll never forgive them, ever. Right? Shocking.
Yeah.
I would have taken their license off them, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah, and the Essendon supporters think they did nothing wrong. But anyway.
Yeah, bring back James Head. I hope they do bring him back.
And turn it into more of a rabble than what it is. It's just absolutely magnificent.
You just couldn't write this shit. You just wouldn't believe it. They want him back. They're going to chain themselves out of the front of the ground and demand Head comes back. I think it's fantastic. Bring back Dank as well. That'd be great.
Yep. Dank the Tank.
All right.
2012, and we're still talking about it.
Yeah. Welcome to the Tiger Army Chronicles. They've taken over.
We're here all
I'll go around the board. Let's talk about historic Collingwood versus Richmond games. For me personally, just in recent times, the one where Grundy scored that winning goal, got the tap. It was a throw in. This is going back. I don't even know what years it was. Probably just before, probably a couple of years before.
I reckon about 2014, Mick.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and that was like we weren't expected to win that, and Grundy just grabbed the ball out of the bloody throw in the forward pocket and just fucking banged it through, and we won an unlikely one. That was good. One of the worst memories though is I don't know, you'd remember this, Bergs, the Mother's Day massacre. When Jeff Hogg kicked 10 on us, mate. Late 80s or early 90s, I can't remember.
Yeah,
but I remember being way up in the fucking nosebleeds at the city end and thinking, what the hell's going on here, mate? You know, it was an absolute massacre. Yeah.
89, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah,
that's about right. I think the best thing Matty Hogg did for Richmond was go to Fitzroy and get us Mickey Conlon and Matty Armstrong.
Yeah.
Not Mickey Conlon, Mickey Gale. That's when we started to have a bit of success and get to play finals again in '95. So, but yeah, Matty Hogg, he was a bit of an enigma. He didn't do much at Fitzroy, but he certainly tailed you guys that day. Yeah.
And that was the period in the 90s where you guys had a different coach every 2 years, mate. You know?
Every week.
I think it became policy.
Like, you go through them all, mate. Alan Jeans, Jeff Geeshan. Jimmy Jess. The Ghost.
The Ghost.
Plough.
The Ghost was
Plough. Plough came in with his big fucking 5-year plan that lasted fucking 3 years. Yeah.
Robbie Walls, that was the end of the world.
John Northey.
Yeah, Robbie Walls.
Northey actually did all right.
KB.
Oh, Spud.
KB.
Swoop was very underrated.
Yeah, John Northey could coach. He was all right.
He was good at Melbourne too.
Melbourne.
Yeah, he got up to grand finals and that.
That's right. He did too. And they had little Ricky Jackson playing for him and a few others. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. I'll take it to you guys. I'll start with you, Bergs. What your greatest memory? It's got to be 1980, yeah.
Richmond Collingwood. Yeah, I still remember I was playing under 19s and I tried to buy a ticket at our local footy club, Best and Fairest, so I couldn't get it. And then the next morning, one of my mates' girlfriends rolled up and sold me a ticket for face value, $12 it was, and I got a seat on the wing right where Bartlett turned Magro inside out and kicked that goal from the boundary. So I reckon I've been buying her drinks for 50 odd years. Great memories at 80 flag, but I was popping a champagne cork at about the 15-minute mark of the second quarter. So Yeah, but we were very good then. Like, that team was very good. It had a mosquito fleet with like Rawlings and Wiley and Bartlett and Waitman. They were good players. Very hard to stop. And Collingwood had a lot of
battlers.
Battlers. They had a lot of players from other teams. So like they had Kevin Morris from Richmond. They had quite a few guys from other teams. I think a few other ones. I think Hafey could get the best out of the worst. Right?
Yeah.
He was a very good coach. And I think everyone goes, Collingwood lost 3 grand finals in a row. They had no earthly right to be in them, right? And he got him in them, and he gave him a chance. You can't deny how good a coach Hafey was.
Oh, yeah.
Not exactly, but he was a good coach.
Yeah. Like 77. We won the Wooden Spoon in 76. He's got us in a granny, drawing a granny the year after, mate.
It was incredible.
Yeah,
that was our best chance.
People talk about Richmond coming from 13th and winning in 2017. You guys were last, like absolutely last, and he got you into a granny, and you could have easily won that one that drew, easily. Crazy. Yeah. Very underrated coach.
So, what did the other of you two watch Mark Jackson when he was playing in the Rezzies in that powerhouse era?
Yeah, I used to watch Jacko in the twos. He was a star.
Jacko played for about 10 teams, didn't he?
He's a very underrated player. Like I can't remember, but I think he averages about 3 goals a game in his AFL senior.
Yeah,
3.6, I think.
Yeah, it's like an incredible stat. And when you think he was at Melbourne and just like Jared Healy refused to kick in the ball even when he was out, so there was a lot of hatred with Jacko. But he could play. He was he was a lunatic, and people used to go to watch just him. Like that's when players could still be eccentric. No one had to be vanilla like they are now. You can't even do anything flamboyant now, or they're going to give you 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
He was an entertainer.
He was. Yeah. He was an absolute entertainer.
And fans from all clubs just loved him. People from neutral teams would just go to watch Jacko.
Yeah, I'm going to watch Richmond, and today we're playing against Jacko. It's going to be hilarious. Let's watch. That's what it was like. Every supporter said the same thing. It was so good.
Because he was always having to move because he was stuck behind Roach and BT, wasn't he?
Yep, that's correct.
Or did BT come after?
Roach was there first, then BT, and then Jacko. They were all there at the same time. I think Jacko kicked 100 in the 19s, BT in the 2s, and Roach in the 1s. I think it was something like that all in the 1 year. Right? And then the next year fighting for spots. And like
Richmond, there are a lot of them.
In Richmond in 82, they dropped BT in the finals because they had Cloak and Roach and couldn't make it work. That's Francis Burke. That's a story for another day. My God.
Yeah. Do you disagree with that, Burks? Was BT having a good season?
I disagree with it. You can't make 3 tall forwards work. Every other club's been able to do it since, right? And I also said at the time, it's like Melbourne. You can't fit Grundy and Gawn in the same team. Are you insane? Like, no wonder Goodman got the arse. He's an imbecile. Like, Jesus, if you've got a forward line that doesn't function at all, and you've got Max Gawn, you can put him in the goal square and still have the best ruckman in the competition because you've got Grundy. And then Grundy hits it to your guys and Gawn can't be outmarked. So he's going to create a forward crumb. And you've got Cozzy Pickett. What the fuck was Goodwin thinking? He's playing Grundy in the 2s. Look at Grundy now. Jesus. Insane. It's just insane. Like you think there's so many idiots still involved in AFL footy.
And they gave him to one of the biggest rivals in Sydney. Like
I know.
I don't agree with Cornsey all the time, but just keep Grundy in the 2s. Keep him on your list.
Give him to Richmond. We're not hurting anybody. We'd love Grundy.
All right, we'll go around. Matty, your favourite Collingwood versus Richmond memory, mate?
Oh, of course, the prelim in 2018.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal.
Right in the heart. That's right in the heart, that is.
That's a dagger in the heart. And that's
it took an American to do it.
The highlight of your life.
But it was on like Buckley's coaching was so much better in the prelim than the grand final. Like in the grand final, gets to 5 goals up and park the bus.
Yeah.
So
I'm not listening.
But obviously, my earliest grand final memory was 1980, and that was a horror, a real life horror movie for a 6-year-old Collingwood supporter, wearing the number 5 of Ronnie Wearmouth on his back.
Ronnie Wearmouth, I loved Ronnie Wearmouth.
Yeah.
Great publican of the Port Ferry. What are the Port Ferry pubs he was?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Remember him serving me Geelong bitter back in the day.
Yeah, and he had that mop of hair. Every time he bounced the ball, his hair would be going.
Yeah. How good was he?
He got smashed. Everyone smashed him.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, Ronnie was good. He was
an elite rover? Or
I wouldn't say elite, but he was good.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not in Bartlett or Matthews or those, but he was a very good rover. Like everyone would have him in their team, play. And what he was good at, he'd carry the footy, he'd bounce it 3-4 times on several occasions during the day. He'd get out and he'd keep running.
Yeah. Yeah. There's been a few over the journey. There's been a few players that have played for both clubs, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
BT, David Cloak, Jeff Rains.
Yep.
Who else?
Johnny Anea, Rodney Oborn.
Yeah. There you
There's
go.
been a lot.
BT,
a bit before your time, Mickey boy.
But that's the thing, mate. It's hard with Collingwood. It's hard delving into the history because, like, between 58 and 90, we're losing grand finals every fucking. I used to hate watching. Remember they used to have the grand final marathon before. You couldn't watch it as a Collingwood supporter because we're just losing every grand final.
You'd lose every one.
They'd always it'd be 66, 70, 64, 79. And then sometimes they'd all be on in the 1 year, back to back.
Yeah. Collingwood haters just 79, 80, 81 trifecta.
Oh, jeez. You should have won 81.
We should have won all of them except 80.
I can't believe after 81, 2011, and then we get to the prelim last year and we're still playing key forwards who are cooked.
Yeah.
We haven't learnt.
Nah, mate.
Because Peter Moore had fully done his hamstring before the game.
Which year was this? 81?
81, yeah.
So 79 and 81, those two losses to Carlton, were up at fucking
very close.
At 3/4 time, we were up in both games.
When you're talking in that era, there's probably the best player to go from one club to the other is Butch Edwards. He was Alan Edwards was a very good footballer. He started at Richmond and he could really jump and he was full forward and he was going to be anything. He did his knee and then he'd become a little David Swartz. Like David Swartz was the same. He could really leap until he did a couple of knees. And then they become more power forward, strong, push and shove forwards. But Alan Edwards was a very good player for us and he was a very good player for you guys. Good player.
Yeah. I always thought the best was Jeff Rains to play for both clubs. He just had the most beautiful kicking style. Jeez, he looked good
and he kind of floated across the ground, didn't he? He just he had grace. Very good player, Jeff.
Like a gazelle.
He was like a gazelle. He absolutely was.
Was that 1980?
He played in 80, yeah.
Was that 1980 when he got ripped off in the Brownlow? Everyone had him favourite and he didn't get a vote or something. Was that 80?
One of those years, yeah. I reckon 80. Yeah, I don't reckon he got a vote.
Yeah. Brooksy, your favourite memory, mate? Collingwood Richmond.
You pitched my main one, which was the Mother's Day massacre.
You can elaborate on it if you want. You can elaborate on it if you want.
Jeez, I was about 4 years old, I reckon.
No, you're older than me, mate. I remember I would have been about 11 years old, I reckon.
It was a dismal time growing up as a bloody Richmond supporter. So maybe I'll talk about I I grew up in country Victoria. I wasn't fortunate enough to grow up in Thomastown or Laylaw.
Which town, Brooksy?
Down in Portland, Victoria.
Oh, Portland,
and, yeah. Grew up down there, and we were the feeder team for the Little League when you used to play the full ground.
Yeah,
not a bunch of little grounds. You actually played the full ground. We went and played at Victoria Park.
The kids weren't woke back in those days, mate.
There was no wokeness back then, mate. We played the full fucking ground. We were about 11 years old, I reckon, 11 or 12 years old. You played Fitzroy that day at Victoria Park.
Yeah.
I kicked a goal at the
Yarra
Collingwood. The Collingwood. What's it called? The Collingwood end, where all the Collingwood supporters were.
Sharon stand.
Yeah. It was called a point by the umpire. The team behind in the crowd absolutely gave it to the umpire because we were Collingwood. Absolutely gave it to the umpire. Of course, the score didn't change; it was still a point. However, then we went backstage and we got into the Collingwood rooms and we saw David Cloak kicking the footy around, jumped in the spa and all that sort of stuff. It was amazing, and I was fortunate enough to go back a few years later and play in the original schoolboys footy. You probably remember that, Bergs.
Yeah.
When the under-18s sort of got defunct and they started all this under 15s, under 18s. And I was fortunate enough to come down and played at Victoria Park again. So I played there twice. So I'm not sure how many times you boys played there, but I played there twice.
Just once.
Taking a piss at half time, and Mickey McGuire come up next to me and fucking having a piss, and he said, "You're playing well, son. Just keep going." One of the most inspirational days of footy I've ever played. Like that, to have someone like him. I sat in front of Darren Mullane's locker, got photos taken from my mum, whatever else, because she was fucking mad, Darren Mullane. And then have Mick McGuire come and stand next to me and have a piss at fucking half time and tell me I'm playing great footy was fucking, I went out there like I was running around on fucking clouds. It was cool as fuck. Like it was amazing. So not many memories of Collingwood and Richmond, but I got many memories of playing at Victoria Park as well, which was probably more stuck into my memory bank, and probably why I've got a little soft spot other than 2018. Well, you could have just laid down and let us fucking win 4 in a row, you bunch of pricks. But there was one American that stood up and fucking took it all away from us, and I was devastated for that. But it's footy. That's what it's all about. It's fucking awesome. Like I can't go to the footy anymore because there's too many people that don't understand the game and just yell out fucking random.
Oh, how true is that?
I fucking can't stand it. It does my fucking head in. I think I've told you, Mick, about the story of when I went to the Bulldogs one day and this old lady just standing there the whole day. I probably can't say it on this platform, but what she was saying, but the whole game, and eventually I had enough beers where I just kept repeating what she said, and then one bloke comes up to me and goes, "Oh, that was a bit rough." And I'm like, "I don't come to the footy to listen to this shit, man. Come to the footy, enjoy good banter, enjoy good times. But to listen to the same shit 24/7 is just for the whole game. I'd rather sit at home, drink my own grog, eat my own food. It's cheaper, and I don't have to listen to this shit."
Yeah,
and it's both sides. Like I'm not saying Collingwood supporters are worse than Richmond supporters. Doggy supporters are worse than Richmond supporters. It's all supporters, and it's a hard thing. I went to you guys crucified the bloody Collingwood team after the Doggies lost the other week. I did a little bit of research before I come on here, and I thought I better have a look at what these boys are on about. Fuck hell, you boys are brutal. I was at that game. I was there only purely because it was a mate's 50th birthday. We went to the footy and had a few beers and went out afterwards. But I didn't think it was bad. It was like watching a good old game of country footy at Marvel Stadium. No one likes going there. It's a shit venue. But you boys are brutal.
Yeah,
Brooksy,
we don't hold back.
it's all because they have unrealistic expectations.
Well, they're Collingwood supporters, mate. That's what it's about.
It's unrealistic expectations. You are
I don't think
10th
so.
to 12th team. That's where you're at.
Yeah,
I would disagree, but
Well, Bergs, everyone calls McRae a genius in 2022 and 2023. If he loses most of those close games, we miss finals 2022 and we don't win the flag in 2023.
Yeah.
Now, and they're winning games by 3 points, right? So this we've had 5 games, 6 games if you include Adelaide, who won by 14 points, where they could have very easily gone our way. We did shit to stuff up and a lot of it's our own fault, but we win half of those games and we're 6th. We win all of those games and we're top 3. So it's a fine line. Now there's shit that was happening in that game, like terrible tactics from Fly, terrible at selection. You've got 3 or 4 guys in the side who are absolute passengers, and we've got guys in the VFL who could come in and do a much better job. And so that it's what happens is the list gets blamed, and Fly loves to blame the list with his cheerleaders in the media. But just some small tweaks and a few easy, obvious changes, and we're winning at least half of those games. And so we watch our club so closely, and we know what's going on. And just some of the here's the thing, you've heard about Collingwood have the rocker sign and the Presti sign. Yeah. So in the West Coast game, we're up by 5 goals, and Fly puts the Presti sign up 10 minutes into the third quarter.
Jesus, that's early.
He does this shit all the time, and he's admitted that he loves close games. So what he does, he likes to get 3 goals down at 3/4 time. We don't win those games now, but in 2023 we did because he loves the chase. And when we get to 4 or 5 goals up, he parks the bus. Now, it's one thing to put up a sign and show the players, hey, we're going into this mode. We've had the same signs for 4 years. So another side said, oh, Collingwood are parking the bus. You beauty.
Yeah.
The best way to defend these days is to what other team stops their own momentum when they're 5 goals up?
No, but I'll say this about Fly. Like when you were winning those close games, you had the most intelligent players. You had a lot of older players and really smart players. And when a game gets close, young kids panic and your old guys never panicked. And you didn't win those close games by mistake. You won those close games because you were really smart and well drilled in hanging on to the footy and knowing when to go and not to go. That was smart, like really smart.
We were drilled.
But you were drilled.
Do you know who is making the fuck ups? It's not the young players. If anything, the young players are the better players a lot of the time. In 2022, 2023, Fly brought in, they had 2 really strong assistants. He had Lepper and Brendan Bolton. They'd both been senior coaches, and that's what Fly needed. Yeah. Bolton drilled. It was his idea to play the close game scenario every training. We don't do that anymore. Yeah. We haven't done it since Bolton's there. That's ridiculous. So the players are getting into it. Yeah.
Where is he at? Melbourne or St Kilda? Where is he?
He went to St Kilda. Yeah, he's been gone for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
Okay. Bolton was coaching Carlton when I was with the Carlton women, and he's very good, right? It just wasn't Carlton's time, and the fact that they just burn coaches like Richmond used to. Carlton.
Yeah, it's beautiful to watch.
It was a really courageous appointment, I thought. I spoke to Laguta when they did, and I said, no, you've just got to have the strength of conviction to keep him, but they just didn't have that. And I think they had Teague and a few others since after that. But Bolton's very smart, so very good tactical coach. So that doesn't surprise me that was coached that close game scenario because you got so many level heads there. That's news to me, mate. I didn't know that he was gone, and I didn't know that he'd stopped doing that. So that would explain a few more things about Collingwood.
Yeah, and I'll tell the other thing. We touched on.
Has Collingwood gone for that? Has Collingwood gone for that close game scenario that you just talked about, which I didn't realise had been happening? because Richmond over 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. I think the main reason we won at premierships in 2017, 18, 20, 19 and 20 is because we won so many close games. But there was games in that era that we won by less than a kick every week. So they're trying to model the way Collingwood plays now, or in 23, on how Richmond won back then.
Yeah, he brought a lot with him from Richmond, absolutely, and Hawthorn as well.
Yeah,
the two main differences. The main difference is he had these strong assistants, and Fly couldn't just go and do stuff because he's a first year coach, right? So he had this panel where if he wanted to do something, it would have to get past Bolts and Lepper.
Yeah.
2024 comes around. Those guys are gone. Bolton leaves the club, and Lepich goes into list management. Now Fly's the number one man. He gets a guy like Tyson Goldsack. Love Goldie, but I don't think he's a strong presence. And why is he our forward coach? And so now Fly is he's the key man. And there's no oversight. So he doesn't go to his team and say, I want to do this. I want to keep playing Jack Chris for the next 3 years, or I want to keep Charlie West in the VFL, or I want to drop Will Hayes after kicking 2 goals as a small forward, or I'm going to play Ned Long forward for six weeks. He's not a forward, it's just stuff like that. In 2022, 2023, he'd have to run that by Bolts and Lepper, and they'd all decide as a team what they'd go with. But now he's just can do what he wants, and just some of the dumbest
So you're saying,
decisions.
Matty, that now it's a dictatorship at Collingwood?
Yeah.
You want to go to Keilor and see Mick McGuan coach? You may as well not.
I want to talk about Mickey.
Yeah, Mickey's a wonderful tactician, but game day coach, he's got assistants. He's surrounded by muppets that he doesn't listen to. He does everything. He strength and conditioning. He runs the whole club. He does everything. No one does anything except what Mick wants. It's like he may as well not have an assistant. Unfortunately, Mick's time's come and gone. Mick's a wonderful tactician. He's been a great coach at local footy. But I remember Matty said the other night we should have him in Collingwood. Mate, he's a mile off these guys when it comes to the day-to-day coaching in a footy club. But tactically, sitting in the back of the box, watching the game, my God, he could be invaluable.
That's what I mean.
That's his role.
Fly. We're not saying we can't get rid of Fly. He's going to be there for at least a couple of years, but he needs some good assistants around him and people who will challenge him. Fly's going to have the decision at the end of the day, but he needs challenging. And
Nicky could be a great mentor for him, right?
Absolutely. Like someone like a Longmire or a. Sorry, Boyd.
He's had Skipworth there, I think, the whole time as well. He was there since 22 as well.
I think so.
Reckon that.
Yeah. If Chris Scott can swallow his pride and say I'll have Buckley next to me, then what's stopping Fly from getting someone with a bit of prestige helping him out there instead
I don't think
that's what we need.
Yeah, I think it certainly wouldn't hurt. Fly still is a young coach. He's not that old. He's a young coach, and he had success early. So I think why not? Why wouldn't you have someone in the background like Mick? And they're not even going to be an assistant coach. They're just going to be sitting at the back of the box going, maybe have you thought of this? Or maybe have you thought of this? It doesn't have to be a move. It's just a suggestion. Yeah, it's a suggestion,
Berg, what was he like at Richmond when he was coaching the VFL?
Who?
Fly.
Yeah, Fly was really good. He was great with the young players. That's what's frustrating the hell out of me now. The young players loved him. He was into the young players all the time and pushing them up to try and play seniors. Guys like Bolton.
Wow.
It's the now he wants to win, right? So everything changes. Like I remember talking to Gary O'Donnell years ago, and he said, I just want to be the best assistant because if you get the senior job, you're gone in a couple of years anyway. I can be a great assistant on 250 for 20 years. There's a lot of method in that madness, I think, you know.
Wow. You really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
Never.
Bergs,
I don't think you've interviewed.
a question for you.
Job.
A trivia question about Fly. Since he's been there since the start of 2022.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how many young players he's developed from draft to being a solid 50+ first pick solid player, B grade and up? Apart from Nick Dacos, because he was already a star.
Yeah, that's a good question. I wouldn't. I really don't watch Collingwood that closely. I'd guess maybe 4, 5. None. Okay, that's interesting, isn't it? From draft.
Yeah, he came as a. It's so like you said, he came as a development coach. He did come as a development coach.
Yeah, no one's come in and stayed in really. No one.
Oscar Steen is the closest one. But it took him 4 years to give him a game, and he only played 6 games until he did his knee. So he'd be the closest one.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a disappointing stat for
very
Craig.
Disappointing.
Yeah, with Fly
22 to now. That's 22 to now. That's the potential of 100 games. He hasn't had anyone play 50.
Yeah,
that's disappointing. Yeah. That is disappointing. I got one question for all you guys on Collingwood. Right?
Yep.
Collingwood. Mad Collingwood. Talk to me about Nick Dacos. How good is he?
He's an absolute fucking star, mate.
What's the weakness of his game?
Get the wipes out, Bergs. Get the wipes out, mate. You're going to have to clean up after this.
Let's just start. Yeah.
One at a time, boys. One at a time.
That's very funny. I just want to know, because I've been watching him a bit lately, and what was his greatest strength has become his biggest weakness recently, right? So I just want to know your opinion on what you think his strengths and weaknesses are.
Weaknesses, he burns teammates a little bit. I've noticed he ignores an easier option and overcomplicates his disposal as a result. Yeah,
I'll tell you what I watched a couple of weeks ago. I watched him. He's got this unbelievable ability to look at a 50-50 contest or a 40-60 contest and run the right way. And he was doing it really well when Collingwood were really good. And now he gets every second or third one wrong, and he puts himself 40 metres wrong side of the ball, and you get torched because of it. And it's not that he's running forward aimlessly. He actually thinks you're going to win the contest and charges forward, and you don't, or it's a 50-50, and he's got to scramble back, and he's getting done for position. And the rest of the league is onto it. And as soon as he charges forward, his opposition is starting to charge the other way. His player that's on him is starting to charge the other way. And they're going, well, he's getting 1 in 2 wrong now. So if I go the other way, I'm a chance. Right. So I just think he's got to change his expectation on that 50-50 ball.
Yeah.
But
do you think
apart from that, he's a freak show.
Do you think Bergs, you reckon that's because he doesn't have other midfielders running with him that he can trust to?
I don't think he's got enough midfielders around him that are good enough, so his decisions are becoming wrong because they're not winning the ball that they should win. Right, that's what I think's happening to Nick. Right. So it's just hurting him a little bit. Does he stay or does he go?
No, he's got to stay. He's not going anywhere. That's all bullshit. He's not leaving, mate.
Oh,
Gary left.
Gary
left.
Yeah, but I just I know. I just can't see it, man. I can't.
I hope not. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Nick. I really hope he doesn't go. Right.
Yeah.
Someone's going to go to Tassie, and someone is going to be the face of Tassie. And I couldn't think of a better person to be the face of Tassie. They're going to throw a shitload of money, and it's going to be thrown straight at him.
Yeah.
Straight at him. So batten down the hatches, Collingwood supporters, that's all I can say. I hope he stays because of the legacy with the dad and everything. I want him to stay there. It's a great story.
Yeah. I will say this, just from my perspective, I would say he doesn't go. But with a lot of the decisions we have made of late, that faith in him staying does get shaken more and more, just because we've just been making terrible decisions, just everywhere you look. And because I know with Gary, he had a situation, financially and stuff where he needed like the money and stuff because of certain reasons and all that. Yeah. So I can understand that he had a bit of extra incentive to go. I don't think Nick has that, but then at the same time, like you hear reports about the best and fairest where Peter Dacos walked out, and there's all this like sort of little like tidbits here and there where it's like it's what's the saying like I guess in cricket terms, like it takes 6 balls to make an over. So if you have 6 things play out, like it ends up being an over. Yeah. I hope that comes across because it's hard to think of that on the spot. But yeah, like I just think like the more signs you see, it's just like, oh God, I thought he was 5% chance of going. Now, fuck, I now think it's 7%. And then next week, now I think it's 8%, 9%, 10%.
There's been a lot of press about, Lockie Neal maybe going to Collingwood. You want to keep Dacos, you get Zach Butters, right?
Yeah.
That'll keep Dacos, right?
Yeah.
That'll make him show that you're fair income about helping to give him some support around the footy. The other thing too that helps Nick is put Josh on the ball, for fuck's sake. Put him in the midfield. They're like Phil and Jimmy Cracker. As soon as they're together, no one knows what's going on. Like, I just don't understand. Find someone else to play Josh's role, for fuck's sake.
We've been shouting from the rooftops about that for ages, mate. For some reason, Fly likes him as being that distributor from coming out of defence. The guy's he's an All-Australian as a wingman, not in the guts, as a wingman. Yeah. He's done jobs in the guts. In the guts, look, as much as I like Josh, he gets pushed off it too easy. He's not an elite tackler or anything like that.
Do you remember the game? Do you remember the game, Mick, where you were like 6-8 goals down against Gold Coast up there 2 or 3 years ago, and they put Josh in the middle in the last quarter?
Yeah, he played like a man possessed.
As soon as I saw him in the middle, I said to one of my mates, I go, it's a game on here. I go, it's absolutely game on. They go, what are you talking about? They're like 7 goals down. I go, well, just watch the last quarter. I go, Josh Dacos, he's done no work. He's got fresh legs. Watch what happens. And I reckon he had 14 or 15 in the last quarter, and he nearly won the game.
Yeah.
If him and Nick are together, I just think Collingwood could be so much better. Yeah. But, you can see the way they find each other even when they're not near each other.
Right? Yeah. It's kind of like it's basically a twin sort of thing. What's it called when twins have when they talk to each other?
They know.
Yeah. Telepathy.
Telepathy. That's it.
Yeah.
Bill and Jimmy were like that. I see it in the Ashcrofts, and the Dacos boys have got it too. Yeah. And you've just got to put them near each other. Every time Levi's near the other Ashcroft, they just know where each other is. It's uncanny. And playing each other.
That's what makes a good footy team, Jed.
Absolutely. Got to put your
when your midfield can run like that.
Yeah. 100%.
But I don't see him leaving personally. I think with Gary, his family was up on the Gold Coast, I think, if I'm not mistaken, at the time when he left. Nathan was up there. I think his dad may have been up there too.
Yeah.
So sure. Nick going down to Tassie by himself without Josh, I don't see it.
Yeah, I think the other thing too that's good for you guys is that Gary had done more at Geelong before he left.
Yeah.
Josh is kind of a third of the way in, and Gary was like 60, 70% of the way in, and it was a lot easier to go and take the ice cream up there and take all the big money and be the face of the Gold Coast and that. So, I'm hoping that he doesn't fall for the money, but there is going to be a lot thrown at him, that's for sure.
Dusty did the same thing. He went. How many times did he go and tour the facilities at bloody Gold Coast? It's all about. Yeah. It's all about putting more money in their pockets as well. That's the.
Yeah, it is. Look, it's about money, but Collingwood have got plenty.
That's the dilemma. And the thing is, too, we've got to stay competitive because if I know the media kind of wants us to be bottom 4 to rebuild, but we can't do that with Nick as a 23-year-old.
No.
Like in this stage of his career, you'd be basically just burning 5 years of his career at Collingwood if we did that.
So does that make him go?
I think we have to stay competitive to keep him, which is why they've got to go after some A graders, either as free agents or trades, and then still trying to hit the draft. I just imagine Fly's going to continue with this strategy. Obviously, we're going to have to move on a couple of older guys, but I still think he's going to be playing to win each year, however far that takes us each year.
So in the last game of the year, who are we farewelling?
Hopefully side bottom.
Yeah.
I would just let all three go.
I think I agree with you, Shawnee.
Jamie Elliott's got to be done.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's contracted for another 2 years. So
yeah, but he can retire.
He can, yeah.
But
that's where Richmond fucked up, yeah.
Oh, with Hopper and that.
Yeah, that's where Richmond fucked up. We held on to too many of the old boys for too long.
And we got contracted players. Yeah, I agree. I've watched it happen to Richmond. I don't want it to happen to Collingwood. You got to get rid of. For me, the tough calls are on Pendles and Sidey, Elliott. I'd even be tapping Howe on the shoulder and going, mate, seriously, you can go out on a high. Next year you could be really struggling. So rather than get 10 games in and be just a list clogger, go out on, all those other guys are at the past it stage. Howe's probably got another one in, but go out all four together and let's turn the page in a book and see what happens.
Bring the kids in.
That's what I'd do. They should be doing it now. Right.
Which is great. Which is great at the moment, not to talk about Richmond at the moment, but just talk about Richmond. It's great to watch kids. They can't turn it on for 4 quarters, but they can when they turn it on, they turn it on, and it is great footy to watch. It is amazing how they can move the footy.
Yeah.
But that 2-3 years ago would have been fucking so much better.
Yeah.
How to let everyone go. How to let Lynch go.
I just like the transition smartly. I'd ideally like to retain 1 or 2 of them, and then move them on, stagger them out a couple, 2, 3 at a time.
I'll tell you what happens if you keep them. Jack Riewoldt played 2 years too long, and if he had gone, we'd still have Marby Chol.
Yeah,
that's the type of thing that happens. All right.
Yeah.
So you've got to get rid of these old guys. If they're finished or close to, it wouldn't have hurt Richmond if Jack Riewoldt went to Gold Coast and played a year up there. Would not have hurt us at all, right? So to keep him one game player, seriously, Dermott didn't play one club. Peter McKenna didn't play one club, for Christ's sake. So,
Mickey McGuan.
Luke Hodge, there's been a million of them, right? So
in the modern game.
Yeah, I just watched Marby playing Hawthorn. Marby is not my favourite player, but God, he'd help us right now at the minute.
Yeah.
With young forwards around him. So Jack Riewoldt probably a bit selfish at the end, and that's why Hawthorn make tough decisions. That's why they said to Tucky, "You're not going on, you're done, and it's time for a new era." Right, and the good, strong clubs do that. Richmond weren't used to being successful, so they didn't know how to make the hard decisions come crunch time to stay successful.
Sure,
it's just the way it is, and they'll learn from that.
And they had a lot of champions in that era, though, as well.
They did have a lot of champions, and they could have been tougher with Jack. And it wouldn't have hurt him because he was always going to go and have a media career. But right now, Collingwood could be really tough. They could be really tough and go, right, we're culling 4 or 5 or more in the 1 year, bang, and they'll be better for it, and they'll keep players for it. And if they brought in the kids now, those kids will be staying.
Yep.
That's just what I think. It's just an opinion.
And what a lot of non-Collingwood people don't realise is that we've started doing it. We got rid of 4 30-year-olds and a 28-year-old last year. No one talks about that. People... I would have liked to have kept Cox as a backup. That's probably we erred there. I mean, we've got someone like Sullivan on the list. It would have been handy to have Cox.
Yeah.
Because the new rules have done DC no favours. But we moved on Hoskin Elliott. We moved on Mitchell. We moved on Checkers. We moved on Cox. We moved on Markov. Now, at the start of the year, I would have thought we might keep 2 of these guys. We might keep Howie. We might keep Pendles. But now we've had young guys like Anderson. Anderson's going to be playing. Allen looking like a top 10 draft pick now. Hayes, Steen, he's done his knee, but he'll come back mid next year. Steele, we've just re-signed him. Swadling is going to be a generational player, I think. He would have played first round if it was Mick Malthouse. And Harrison. So there's 7 players. We can get rid of Pendles, Sidey, and Howie. I'd be happy for all of them to go because we have got the players ready to go.
Oh, and the other one, just give Bo McCreary an open fucking checkbook and send him to Tassie.
Oh, please.
I've got a greyhound that can run. Seriously, all he does is get up the ground. He wants to cheat out the back, and he runs hard, and he disappears for 6 weeks. I can't have him. I never could have him at any stage. If Tassie want to give him $1 million, drive him to the airport. Seriously.
Look, he was actually. Yeah, he was a good role in the premiership year. Bo McCreary was a good role player in his limited possessions. Of he'd get about 10 possessions, but he'd really put the pressure on it. He'd kick a couple of goals, but he's in. It's probably been a good 7 weeks now of just absolute putrid performances. And we talk about selection integrity. Come on, man.
Yeah, I know.
He should be playing VFL. It's just a joke, mate. You know,
we're playing Richmond this week.
We had one, but he was way better. We had Jason Castagna, but he was way better than this bloke. I can tell you now.
Yeah,
he worked hard. He kicked goals. He was both ends of the ground. He was putting forward pressure on. Yeah, Bo McCreary. Every time I talk to a Collingwood supporter, they're kind of in love with him, and I go, "Why? Oh my God, what's he going to do?"
Not us,
Mickey. Put Benny's comment up for us.
Where is he? Who's better than that one?
Yeah.
This one? Yeah. Who's better than Howe on our up and comers?
I'm not saying that any of these guys are better than Pendles. Champion, superstar. Sidey, champion, superstar. Howie, champion, superstar. But the problem with like Howe, there's defenders on our list. Puncher, new guy, obviously, TJ and Allen, we don't know what they can do. So this is, when we're playing Richmond, this is a time where you manage Howie and get one of those young defenders in. So, of course, none of them are better than Howe. Howe's an absolute superstar, but we don't know about some of these guys. But
hey, Matty, I think he's referring to moving them on at the end of the year, not about just this round. I think it was in reference to
I would say, I would say if we're going to keep one of them, I'm now leaning towards Howe because we have a real lack of depth in our key defenders because we don't give these guys a chance. Like start of the year, Bergs, I don't know if you might not know this, but Darcy Moore's been so injury prone. Darcy Moore gets injured, right? And we've got a young bloke called Cochrane. He was in the Sydney Academy, really promising young guy. And he was the obvious choice. Mick Malthouse, even Bucks, no doubt about it, they would have brought him in, give him a go. Darcy Moore comes out and Fly is asked in a press conference, Fly, Darcy Moore going out. Do you think you're going to do like for like and bring in someone for Darcy? Oh, well, we don't have another 200-centimetre key defender, so there's no like for like.
Yeah.
Man, you've got a young bloke who's... we don't know what he can do. He's 197 centimeters. Yeah. So he backhands the young guys in press conferences by saying stuff like this. Like today, Westy tore it apart in the VFL last week, and Fly said no one is knocking down the door. None of these young guys are putting pressure on the senior players.
Yeah.
And the other thing he does that really, and we know for a fact from one of the other YouTubers we've spoken to, that the young players are getting really disheartened. And one of the things that they'll do when Fly's got his favourites, we call it Club Fly. And when he drops a young player, it'll say omitted. But if Sidey's getting dropped, it'll say managed next to his name. Yeah, and what that means is when he manages his favourites, it means they're automatic selection after a week or two. So that says to the young guy, Sidey's not performing. Young guy doing just as well as Sidey, if not better, he gets omitted, but a Sidey or a Ned Long or a McCreary or whoever it is, it says managed next to their name. And then they don't come through the VFL, but the young guys have to. And it's favouritism, and that can't be good in any workplace. Everyone's got to be on a level playing field. So what happened was there's this young guy called Will Parker, halfback flanker, and he's constantly getting in the side, out of the side. That's my lovely wife.
She wants to watch the tally, Matt. Oh my God, you've got me on there, mate.
Sorry. Could have been worse. Okay, it's okay.
I think my point, the thing that I worry about, because we've gone down this road now, we sort of because I saw what happened when, even when Richmond dumped a lot of experience really quick, they just went right down to the bottom immediately, and they've been there for a few years now. My view is, if we want to stay competitive, it's fine if you plan on rebuilding completely, but if you're not planning on doing that, we're going to have to retain a couple of them and then just kind of do a gradual changing of the guard like we did last year. We moved on a batch and then another batch this year, another batch next year, until like some of our 30-year-olds are 31 and they can sort of take on those leadership roles, and we don't need Pendles so much to help coach these young kids that have only played 10, 15 games.
Yeah. So who do you get rid of
this year?
Yeah.
Probably side bottom, Membry, or Elliott is probably taking care of himself with that really terrible injury. So there's three. I would have said
Void.
Void if before the last month. Yeah. I'm on the fence. I'd see it. A month of footy is still just a month of footy. I don't know how Hal holds up by the end of the year.
Yeah.
But
even Pendle's Void, if he had, that last game he played was an absolute shocker. He looked so fucking slow, man. And one of the biggest mantras we've always said is Pendles never plays a shit game. Well, that was a fucking shit game. And if he puts a couple more of those in coming towards the end of the year, we got to seriously think, mate. First of all, we have to fucking rest this guy every fucking 3 weeks, and on top of that, he's susceptible to putting out those performances. I'm not saying that yet, but I'm just saying if he puts in a couple more performances like that, we got to start really talking about this, because all right, he had that great game against Essendon, but that was Essendon, mate.
Can I be honest? Pendle's had a couple of games like he did against Melbourne in 2024 and in 2025, where he really looked awful. And then I thought, oh, is this the beginning of the end? And then suddenly it was one or two bad games, and then he was back to business.
Yeah, I agree. I saw him play a game similar to a couple of weeks ago where, who did he get caught against 2 or 3 weeks ago? Caught against everyone. He was woeful. Melbourne, And Melbourne are quick, right? Melbourne are very quick. So he kept getting caught, and I'm going, oh, yeah, I saw this 2 years ago and thought he was cooked. It's just a game. Let's see how he comes in this week. I wouldn't be surprised if he come out and had high 20s and killed us, especially because it's us and we're inexperienced. And whilst we're quick around the ball outside Taranto, whilst we're quick around the ball with Campbell and those blokes, I think Pendle will have time and space. I think he'll have another good game. I wouldn't write him off just yet. Having said that, I'd still finish him up. He is what he is. You can't keep managing a bloke every third week.
Yeah. That's my caveat. That's my caveat. If he's only playing 12 games a year, it's not worth it.
No, I agree 100%. And his
and
legacy,
probably great in the coach's box too.
His legacy, he would be great in the coach's box. How good would he be? Can you imagine a development coach at Pendles? My God.
Yeah.
Give him the midfield now.
You want him to play it. You want whoever's on the list, unless they're actually properly injured, 18 games. And you could live with 18 games. I don't think 1 week on, 1 week off just isn't. That's just a distraction at a certain point.
And that's why I'd get rid of Howe, because I don't think he can play 18 games next year. There you go.
Yeah.
So that's sometimes you just got to be hard, and Hawthorn always do it. They cut. like a razor. Right?
I'll give you a list, Bergs.
Yeah.
Of who's got to go. Membry, Elliott, Howe, and if there's one person to keep, Howe would be the one I'd keep. So Membry, Elliott, Howe, Pendles, Sidey, Darcy Moore, and I'm trading. By the way, Bergs, you know a lot of people in the industry. Do you think someone would be interested in Dan Houston?
Absolutely.
I thought so. Can you put the feelers out for us?
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's just what Richmond need. Richmond would have him in a heartbeat.
Okay.
Yeah. We're saying goodbye to Nathan Broad this year. We'd love Dan Houston.
And you'll probably play him properly as well. You know, probably. We're playing him just like another halfback flanker, which is not.
You got to give him a license to go where he wants.
Well, actually, we aren't playing him as a flanker. We're playing him as a back pocket, as like a lockdown defender.
And he can't defend.
You put him
the
on
problem
the
is, Bergs, we've got too many players down there. Sidey tries, but he's not good at defending. Josh is not good at defending. When Moore's playing, he's not good at defending. And then you got Houston. You can only afford to have one guy in your back line who doesn't want to defend. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
So I reckon you blokes would take him. I reckon Melbourne would take him, and I reckon Carlton would take him. There's three I can list right off the bat.
There's a few that would take him, but like when you talk about only having three guys that can't, only have one guy that can't defend. I used to go watch Carlton a couple of years ago. They had Newman, Doherty, and Sard, and wondered why they were getting smacked.
Yeah.
None of them defend. You can't have three guys that zone off. You can only have one, and you're right. But if you're going to have one at Collingwood, it's got to be Dan Houston. Like his kick's elite. Like he can kick at 60. He's a weapon when you let him play the way he plays. Yeah. He was so good at Port and so bad at Collingwood, eh?
Yeah.
I went and watched the replay just so I could watch Houston, and I'm going to do a video on it tomorrow if I have time. What he does is he doesn't go for the corridor kicks.
Yeah.
What he'll do is he burns players who are open. Like it's not even that a risky kick with his ability at kicking. These are like sodas for him. So this is what he does. He ignores them and then he looks sideways. If there's an option 15 meters sideways, he kicks it. And if there's no one sideways, he kicks it long down the line. Now, people think, he's got really good efficiency. Champion Data, the way they do it, they call an effective disposal when you kick it to a contest. So it makes his stats look really good. Did you know that, Bergs?
No, I didn't know that they changed that because that never used to be the way.
I didn't think so, but that's how it is currently. Void, was that you who was telling me that?
An effective kick has to be marked or retained by your own team, right?
You would think so.
But Champion Starter counts it if it's a long one that gains a lot of meterage, but it goes to a contest, they count that as an effective
So what do you think the most useless stat is in the competition? Let me tell you. It's meters gained.
Yeah.
Right? Why they brought that stat in is beyond a joke. And the meters gained stat is if I handball to Matty Wharf has 3 bounces and kicks at 80 metres, I'm credited with 100 metres gained. And I handballed sideways, right? So all these people that get 1,000 metres gained, if I was playing at Collingwood, I'd just give the ball to Nick Dacos and I'd have 1,000 metres gained every week. It's a useless stat, and some of these stats are so useless, and we get caught up in them, right?
Yeah.
Effective disposals, like Gaffey at West Coast had like so many effective disposals, and he never kicked the ball forward in his life. Kicked the ball sideways, right?
Yeah.
80-90% efficiency going nowhere. But Matty, going back to Dan Houston, Matty, is he instructed not to take the corridor kick? Who knows? I don't know that.
I don't know.
He's so lacking in confidence from coming over, not being able to play like he wanted to, and now he's getting a bit more footy this year, and he doesn't want to fuck up. He wants to be good, so he kicks it 60 down the line. I don't know what his headspace is like, but I don't know. I don't think you can just blame him because the guy can play.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
not at all.
That's the
other
thing.
Sides. Yeah. If he goes to Melbourne next year, King will know how to use him.
Oh, absolutely.
And they've got an attacking game style, right? And the other thing, it looks as though Houston's just not interested. The amount of times you see, when like I played a lot on the half-back line, right? Yep. And there's this excuse for Houston is that, Josh is the main man and Houston, they're just going to Josh. I watch back the footage. Josh runs. When we've got the ball, Josh just hits it like you should on the half-back flank. You want to be an option. And you can see Dan Houston standing next to Josh Dacos, and this is Houston and this is Josh.
Yeah.
He takes off. So you know how many handball receives Houston gets? He is lucky to get one a game because he's not running to get into that space.
Yeah.
So, you mentioned Stevie Jury before. He was a centre half back, but when we had the ball, he's very mobile and he'd get on the end of kicks and he'd get and handball receives. So as playing on the half back flank, if you've got a mobile centre half back and you've got another half back flanker, I want other people because he gets on the end of it. I'm going to run down the wing and I can get the next possession. This whole business is, you just need one main guy on the half back. No, three of them. Back pocket can get involved as well.
100%.
So this idea that you just have a quarterback and everything needs to go through him is an absolute myth.
No. Matt, he also used to have a lot of speed around him at Port. He doesn't quite have that at Collingwood. And I think, I don't know, also factor in too, if he's lost half a yard of pace, the game's gotten a bit quicker. Maybe he's not the same player. A year's a long time sometimes for a guy who's 30. I don't know.
28, 27, 28?
Who's 28, 29? I reckon he's 28, 29.
He's late 20s, yeah.
I reckon.
Yeah.
Can
he
I get
certainly
your
doesn't
opinion
look
on...
off the screen sometimes.
Can I ask your opinion on Isaac Quainer? All right, so a couple of years ago he was All-Australian, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, he's in the squad.
Yeah, and what is he now?
He's just a role player at the moment.
Yeah. Why do you reckon his form's gone from being like potential All-Australian to being where he is now? Why do you reckon that?
Because he's
not
as role players.
Sorry, one of
the. Here you go, Matt.
He's a role player.
Yeah, but he was an All-Australian role player a couple of years ago, and now he's far from it.
When he was All-Australian, he had this uncanny ability of taking intercept marks. So you'd see this tiny, because he positioned himself, and he was this tiny guy that would take intercepts, which has pretty much gone out of his game now. Like he used to do that in finals.
Why? Why is it?
I don't know. I'm not a scientist when it comes to tactics, mate.
It kind of sounds like he like had the license or at least the confidence back then, where I don't think he has that license now because he was a lockdown defender that would even take the game on. So he would basically take the intercept mark and then he would dash forward. So sort of like a noble. I think even Darcy Moore did it to a certain extent. That's what made him attractive and got into the All-Australian spot. But yeah, since that year, he hasn't done it. He stayed as like a lockdown defender, but he hasn't evolved his game. He's just a basic role player that just locks down his defender. I'll
tell you what I've seen with Isaac Quainer, right? His game has not changed one little bit. So for me, what's happened with Collingwood is 2 or 3 years ago when Isaac Quainer was doing what Isaac Quainer could do, your ability to close down space around the footy was the best I've ever seen coaching footy in 50 years. You would shut down the opposition so they would dump kick and Isaac Quainer could pick it off. You keep playing side bottom and Pendles and all these guys around the footy. You're slower to close down space. Ned Long's a truck. You're just slower to close down space. And so they've got more time with the footy and Isaac Quainer doesn't get that dump kick and can't take that mark. Quainer's game hasn't changed. Your ability to close down space around the contest has dropped off enormously, and that's why you're way easy to score against. And that's why Darcy Moore and Frampton and these blokes are under way more pressure because it's coming in too easy, right, at Collingwood.
Yeah, I agree. He hasn't. I'd never noticed a change in his game at all, but his impact for sure.
Yeah, and it's because your midfield closed down space really slow now. They're slow at doing it. They were they were all over you a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah. Well, that was our big weapon. The way we defended.
Fly took it from Richmond, up on the body, up on the body, up on the body. They dump kick, Rance marks it, right? The whole game plan was the same. And now you're not quick enough to get up on the body, and so Isaac can't do what Isaac was good at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone just said under siege this year. It's true. It's true.
Playing or to centre link? Are you kidding?
Oh no, that's not true. Someone said Isaac has been fumbled this year. The backline has been under siege this year, and he is rushed. That's true, and you have been under siege because your midfield's not up on the contest. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. The midfield is everything. Like we've been stating
earlier that you Collingwood boys are brutal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mate. Well, wait till we haven't even started on Darcy Moore, mate. Or Lipinski. Fuck. Because other content creators in the Collingwood sphere would have you that Lipinski is having a fucking fantastic season, mate.
Oh, he's no good.
Yeah. Thanks, Bergs. Thanks for validating that, Bergs.
He sleeps with the light on, Lipinski.
I mean,
you're welcome back anytime, Bergs. Anytime.
Because we get absolutely pilloried for fucking bringing this up, in chats and that.
Good. The Bulldog.
We get jumped on, mate.
They got rid of him for a reason. He's fucking terrified.
Mm.
I do like Harry Perriman. Do you like Harry Perriman?
Oh, we love him, mate.
Yes,
he's an absolute fucking cult hero, mate. We love him.
I like Harry Perriman. He has a crack. I like Harry.
What about Mr. Darcy Warrior Princess Moore?
He's gone.
No, he did his hammy. He went to America to get some fucking special cure for it. But he's actually probably one more hammy ping away from retirement because he can't even get on the park, mate.
Playing him in the ruck was a wonderful idea, Mick. I don't know who thought of that. That was a great idea. I saw him go into the ruck and I thought he's going to last about 5 minutes, and there he did. And then you go, geez.
The word is that go Bergs. Sorry. Go, mate. Go.
I was going to say Darcy and De Goey played for Oakley Chargers in 18s, and De Goey was a power forward midfielder, the same as he plays now, a good player. Darcy Moore was a centre half forward then. And he was quite okay, but I always looked at him as a guy that I'll never be convinced what his best position is. So I couldn't work out what his best position is. So I don't know why he's a defender. He's equally as good at the other end of the ground. It wouldn't be the worst decision in the world if he was fit to play him forward and play McStay at centre half back. I reckon you'd get more your buck, to be honest. He gets lost down the back half, Darcy Moore. Sometimes that day Lynch cleaned him out. I'm thinking he's standing 5 metres off him. Does he realise that Tom Lynch is actually a very good player? You can't stand off Tom Lynch like that.
He stands off everyone, mate.
I literally have been saying to throw Darcy Moore forward for years. That's I mean, I'm not even joking. I literally watch Darcy Moore's 2016 highlights maybe once a month. Still to this day, because I dream of the day we throw him forward.
Yeah. He can play forward. There's no worry about that. I think he kicked 3 goals in that TAC Cup final, and he played well forward. He's good forward. And he's only just a good defender. He's not a great defender. Good forwards get hold of him, right? No problem.
Yeah. Hey Bergs, let me take you back a few years. I'm not sure if you can see the screen that I got up there now.
I can. I'm away from it. Yeah.
There's a young wispy halfback flanker, Matthew Wharf. I'm trying to look for him in this picture. I'm trying to.
Front right.
Yeah. Right. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. There he is. an honest assessment of his footballing abilities.
All right, I'll tell you about Wolford. We that team I coached, that was my first year there, and they'd been relegated. Yeah. And we played a few pracky matches, and I quickly worked out, and I'm not blowing smoke up his ass here, Matty Wharf was a super smart footballer. Like, I'm talking super high footy IQ. And so I used to pick him in a forward pocket, and as soon as the ball was bounced, I'd let him play on the ball all year. Just play on the ball, get behind the footy. We're good enough to play 5 forwards, and you just go where you want. Sit off the back of the contest, go deep if you beat deep defence if you want. And Matty'd get 25 every week, but he was creative. He was smart. He kicked the right options. A lot like Steel Sidebottom, I've got to say. If I had to compare Matty to anyone, I'd say he's like Sidey, and he's super smart, plays within his ability, and like seriously helped us win a flag that year because he was an extra player around the ball when he needed to be, and then in different other spots around the ground when he needed to be. And I think Matty, you'd say that's a fair summation of that year's footy for you.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah. So you didn't have to pick up anyone, Matt.
Never.
Nah.
You just had free reign, mate.
That's why I said that's what Darcy Moore should get named in the forward pocket and go basically everywhere but the forward pocket.
Yeah. Our mate Hopkey is asking, what division is this?
Oh, that was D grade.
D grade Amos.
Yeah, but we won the next couple of flags. So we won 3 flags, and Wolf, like, there's 6 guys in that team that played in all 3 premierships, and if Matty had stayed, he would have been one of them. He was good enough with those other guys.
Yeah. All right. How was this team connected to the Fitzroy Lions?
Yeah. Okay. At that stage, Fitzroy had been kicked out, and they didn't have a club. So I think they were trying to align themselves with Coburg. There was Fitzroy Coburg, the Coburg Lions and Fitzroy, and they had a couple other failed things. So then they sponsored us, and we got involved. We went from Uni Reds to Fitzroy Reds, and then we won like 3 or 4 flags, and all their Fitzroy supporters used to come to our games. Like, it was unbelievable to have a DNC grade 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 Fitzroy members at the ground watching a game of local footy at Brunswick Street Oval. It was very cool. And then about 2010 or something like that, they changed their name to the Fitzroy Football Club, incorporating the Fitzroy Reds and Uni Reds. Okay. So now it's the Fitzroy Football Club in its own right. Like, it's the same football club that played in the AFL, VFL that's playing Amos footy. So it's pretty cool to keep them alive. We've kept them alive. So that was
this is the 25th anniversary of this flag will be on. The celebration 4th. will be on this week. So cheers, Bergs.
No worries.
I don't think I'm going to get.
Matty,
I don't think I'm going to get there.
25 years seems like yesterday.
Wow, it goes fast, does it?
Well done, guys.
There's been a lot of.
Is that you with the Ron Jeremy bloody porn star mustache, Berg?
Yeah, that's me, and I've even got Adelaide Crow's top on. How funny is that?
That was 3 days after 9/11. That game.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. 2001.
All right. And all right. So Hotkey, you said it was D grade. Hotkey's asking what division? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
That was D3.
3.
Yep. D3. Okay.
We then won. Yeah, good question. And we then won D2 and D1 every second year. And got into C grade.
Yeah.
Got into C grade, and then they were up and down a little bit. But then 2 years ago, they made their way to A grade. And they're in A grade, but they got relegated. I think they're in C now, but they're on top of the ladder in C. So they'll probably go back to B. So
all right. So Fitzroy is known to have 1 million pubs. Where did you just go to get on the piss after winning those flags? Which pub in Fitzroy?
That's a very good
Lord
question.
Newry.
The Lord Newry Hotel is infamous. Yeah.
Lord Newry.
All right.
Yeah. If you're ever in Fitzroy, Go and have a beer there. It's awesome. It's a great pub.
Yeah,
Still an old pub. They haven't killed with poker machines. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
And if there's any old Fitzroy supporters who are listening in, you can get to go and watch Fitzroy Football Club in the amateurs play at Brunswick Street Oval every second week with probably 500 other Fitzroy supporters. So it's good fun.
Sausage sizzle, sit in the old stand. It's it's one of those things that's lost. It's like, in the AFL now. I as a kid growing up, going to Arden Street, going to Windy Hill, they're very precious memories, and now they're all gone. You go to Marvel and the G, and you go home. It's so vanilla now. It's so vanilla now. There's no war in the trenches anymore. It's just sad.
Mm.
Nick, we used to work with one of the Fitzroy's most passionate supporters, I reckon. Unfortunately,
who was that?
Died a couple of years ago. Arthur.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was a quiet man, but when you took apparently when you took him to the footy, became a different person.
Yeah.
I think the love of the club by a person can't be undervalued. It's just like, they live their life through the footy club, and if they play on a Friday night and lose, their weekend's fucked,
Yeah. That's what I'm saying tonight, Bergs. As a Richmond supporter, you just go, oh, fuck, we lost. Anyway, we'll just move on.
Now it's kind of blasé. We're rebuilding. It's okay. We're going all right. Like the kids. But I was pleasantly surprised. I watched a bit of the game tonight, Matty, and it went exactly the way I told you. Brisbane smashed them. It was just for Brisbane. Just so you know, Matty and I had a conversation earlier in the night, and whilst I thought Sydney were playing way better than Brisbane, I just look at you have to look at the ladder and what happens with the implication of a loss. Brisbane were 8th and could easily have gone to 10th. Sydney were 2nd, 10 games clear of 3rd. Brisbane have got to go to Cardinia Park next week and could well lose even if they try. And Sydney have got the Dogs at home. So for me, it had to be Brisbane winning tonight. They had to win tonight or they're fucked for the year, right?
Yeah.
So I thought it was an easy game to win some money on, so I had a little bit on them.
Yeah.
But you got to look at all those things, like especially in the back half of the year. It's games that can't afford to be dropped. That's where you can win money.
Yeah.
Now's when it starts. Yeah.
If you have a punt on footy, that is.
Yeah. Back to this massive game on Saturday.
I'm looking at this team. It's putrid.
Who have we got to worry about?
If you don't win by 45 plus, you're not doing well. And I'll come back on the.
I'll tell you who you don't have to worry about.
Post game show on Saturday and tell you.
You're more than welcome, both of you.
Yeah. All right, so you can get on the front foot and play 5 defenders. You don't need to worry about Maurice Rioli. If he changed his name, he wouldn't get a game. He is the worst footballer in the AFL by a long stretch.
Wow. Right? He always does well against us. He always gets a good tackle in or something. Yeah.
A tackle. I can teach a monkey to tackle, Mick. He gets 8 tackles because he's second to the footy 40 fucking times a game, right? This is a terrible, terrible footballer, and he keeps playing every week. And if we haven't got another kid that deserves an opportunity, I don't know what's going on. I'd delist him. I wouldn't wait till the end of the year. I'd delist him now.
Yeah.
Terrible. So don't worry about him. You're looking at the kids that have got potential. I'm looking at this side. Jasper Alga is going to be a player, so you need to be a little bit wary of him. He kicks goals. Steely Green, no fucking good. He's a list clogger. Piss him off. Seth Campbell's very good player. He's going to be he's very quick, and he's going to be a midfielder. I think he had 22 or 24 last week. He's good. Yep. I like Rashenko we got from the Cats. He's a winger, lacks kick and penetration, but he covers the ground. He's a lead athlete. Trezise is a left footer, but, seriously, he's like Lipinski, sleeps with the light on. Taranto's just honest.
Taranto's gone.
Sam Banks, a beautiful kick, running half back. He's a lot like the young kid we got on the bench, Sammy Grill. He's a good player. Short's getting to the end of it, but he's good. Vlosten's Vlosten. Tommy Brown's going to be a player. I like him. Ben Miller's got better every year. Nathan Broad last year, but honest. Go through the bench and you go, Taj Hotton's going to be a superstar. He'll be like Bolton in a few years. I like this kid we've brought in the mid-season draft called Kai Annan, centre-half back, 200 centimetre. He's going to be a Dave Asprey type. He's just got to muscle up a bit. He's only 21.
Yeah.
Ryan Mansell's back this week. He's good, plays quick. He's part Indigenous and he'll go to Tassie. Jack Ross is honest. Presty is slow. Nat Purvis is cooked. So we should lose by 10 goals.
Well, that won't happen.
No, because you don't bet anyone by 10 goals, do you?
No, Collingwood doesn't do that, man.
What about Sam Cumming?
Sam Cumming's a star.
Yeah.
Like, did I miss him?
Do they build the team around him?
No, he's probably honestly. I reckon he's a tad slow, but that's okay because he's going to be better. He's going to be better than Taranto. He's a tad slow, but he's a smart, quick thinker. So, you know, I mean, he'll react quicker to get to contest earlier and he'll cover for his lack of pace. One other player that I forgot to mention, Bolter. Yeah. Bolter could be anything. Like, he's just one of those players, an elite athlete. He's a lot like Rance. He's a cross between Rance and Cooter, but he's also an enigma. Like, where's his spot? For me, it's centre-half back. I'd just put him there and leave him there. But
he can play anywhere.
He closes space like Rance did. But, like, I also like him in the ruck because kind of like Richo, he gets around the ground and he can mark it. He's a dangerous player if you've got him on the ball. Very dangerous. Because, like, if you're kicking out from fullback and you can kick to someone like Noah Bolter, he's going to mark it. They'll be competitive because they're having a go now, you know?
Yeah. How's Big Nank been going this year?
Yeah, well, he's been injured. He come back last week. In the first half, he looked terrible. And who'd we play last week? North. And the big bloke...
Sherry? He was up against...
They didn't go with Sherry because they've got the other kid, that Trembath. He can jump. So he was jumping all over Nank. And then Nank worked out that he could body up on him. It took him a half a game to work it out, but then he bodied up on him, stopped his jump, and Nank was okay. But he's done. Like, he's done. Yeah. The centre line kills ruckmen who can't jump. You know, like.
Yeah. Well, Nank's going to have nothing to worry about on Saturday, mate.
No. Mason Cox could play 5 years just doing centre bounce and going off the ground. Like.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Did you watch tonight's game?
No. We've been doing this, mate.
In the first half, Draper destroyed Grundy.
Well,
Draper jumped over him at centre bounces. Draper was really good, like in the first half. I didn't see the second half because I come on this, but Draper was giving him ascendancy. He was really good tonight. So, that doesn't usually happen to Grundy. But a kid, any athlete that can jump at centre bounce now gives you a real chance, you know, like, Jesus.
Yeah.
That centre bounce.
What's happened to Sam Lawler? Is he out for the season?
No, he'll be back in a week or two.
Yeah, hammy, didn't he?
Yeah, he did a little tweak. He's close to playing. And I think even Josh Smiley might play in 2 or 3 weeks. So
he's an absolute fucking future superstar, isn't he, Lawler?
He's like it's. I'm not going to say he's dusty, but he's dusty-like. All right, he's a very good player. Can play forward. He can take a mark above his head, above his height. Like, he can go forward at 6 foot and play like a 6'4" guy. He's talented. I think he'll be better than a DeGoey and not as good as a Dusty.
Yeah. Okay.
You see the same in Seth Campbell, though?
I like, a different player, Brooksy, but Seth Campbell will be the quickest player in the AFL. He's got speed to burn. I watched him like 4 weeks ago. Be at a centre bounce. The ball's kicked quickly forward, goes to the half forward. The half forward gets a handball out of the contest towards the wing, and Seth Campbell picks up this loose ball and kicks a goal, and that's like 6 seconds out of stoppage, and he's come from the midfield. And I'm looking, going, I had to rewind the tape and watch it again. I've gone, he actually did that. Like, he's lightning quick and he covers the ground, and they've just got to play him on the ball more. Like, he's a waste on the forward line kicking 3 goals and getting to 10 contests. That's a waste, you know.
Well, they've named him a fucking centre half forward, for Christ's sake.
Oh, mate, I'm looking at it and I'm going, yeah, right. Look at all those tools on that forward line. Jasper Alga's full forward and he's 4 foot. Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, there's not much to kick to up there. So why you'd bomb that ball into no tools is beyond belief.
Yeah. Are you going to tag Nick Dacos?
I wouldn't. I'd let him get 50 and back him for most possessions. That's what I'd do.
Don't the AFL know that.
Do you have anyone that could do a half decent job?
On Nick Dacos?
Yeah.
I don't think there's anyone in the league that can really do a half decent job on Nick.
There have been players like Mullen from Geelong did a job.
Yeah, but Mullen's Irish. They've got no brain, mate. They do what they told. Tell me someone that's not Irish that can tag Nick Dacos. Go on.
Yeah.
I think if you were gonna, if I was Richmond and I was gonna tag Nick Dacos, I'd do it with someone like Steely Green, who's going to give you not much anyway. Who's just an out-and-out tryer and can run and cover the ground and be annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
That's
you need someone with a motor, yeah?
Yeah. Someone with a motor who you're not taking away something. We haven't got much good, so you don't want to take away any good to tag Nick Dacos. You want to take away a role player who's not doing much anyway. So for me, it'd be Steely Green.
Yeah.
Because I've watched Richmond about 12 times this year, and I'm always rooting for them because I'm sick of seeing them cop it. But for the first halves of nearly every game, not clean, but really staying in touch.
Yeah. And there's a reason for that. Like they're kids and they're quick and their reflexes are better than the opposition. Their skills, not quite so yet, but their effort's been enormous. And every week they stay in games for longer because they're getting more durable and they're getting stronger and they'll stay in games for longer. But for me watching them, their skill level isn't anywhere near the level, right? And so, and the other thing too is with them, because they're losing so much, their confidence isn't there. So they don't bite off that kick inside when they should take it. Like if I was the coach,
when they get that confidence, Bergs, it just fucking shines. Like it just.
It's going to be exciting.
Bang.
Yeah, but see, for me, I don't know what the message is from Uzo, but if I was Uzo, I'd be going, take that
fucking run the footy. Run the footy.
But if it's there, if you think you can make that kick, take that kick inside.
Run it.
I'm not going to send the runner out. I've told you to take the kick inside. I don't care if you turn it over. It's a learning process. Who gives a shit? We're not going to win anyway. Go hard. Just go hard.
Exactly right.
That's what we wanted. That's what we want Collingwood to do.
Take it on.
But I'll say one thing about Fly. When he first got there, you guys were pus. And I went to a game at the MCG and you turned it over in the corridor 8 times and we scored 8 goals. And in the presser, Fly looked straight down the barrel and said, we've decided the way we're going to play. We're going to play like this. We're going to turn the ball over until we don't. And when we don't, we're going to win a flag. And I looked at him and I thought, okay, so he's given them license to make the mistakes because they're not ready yet and soon they will be. So swings and roundabouts. Like if we don't be brave and do that, we won't get what you got.
Yep.
Fair enough, I reckon. Yeah. Take it on.
Well, Fly said, he would say, don't be scared to make a mistake. If you're making a mistake doing what was going to get us moving forward, then it's okay.
If you're making a mistake doing what our game plan is, I don't give a shit. If you're making a mistake going away from the game plan, you're off the fucking ground. You won't play next week.
Hello. Yeah. Exactly.
And you look at all you got to do is look at Carlton.
Yeah.
Same personnel. He's probably played more of the kids, but he's just told them to go for it. And look what's happened, mate.
Yeah.
And it's as much as I fucking hate to see it, you got to admire it,
No, you don't. Fuck them.
I'm telling you, Bergs.
Exactly, Bergs. Fuck him.
Mate.
It's Josh Fraser. It's Josh Fraser. We're admiring Josh Fraser.
The last 5 weeks has been the worst 5 weeks of my life. I swear to God. I was having so much fun. Essendon and Carlton are just as shit as us. And now all of a sudden, Carlton are winning games. The worst thing ever. They should have kept Voss and just disappeared into oblivion.
I know. We're like, can you sign this guy for 5 more years, please?
How how much of the last 5 weeks at Carlton is to do with them having absolutely no pressure or expectation, though?
Look, I honestly think they didn't like Voss.
Yeah.
Not even
protesting.
A little bit. Not even a little bit. Like they weren't even trying in some games.
Protesting.
Yeah,
fucking Lynch kicked 7 points. 7 points? 11 points.
First game.
We should have beat them, for fuck's sake.
We should have beat them. Yeah, we should.
We were the biggest Richmond supporters in that game. You got no idea.
Because what's funny, when I watched Carlton play Essendon a couple of weeks ago, and that was the one game in the last 5 weeks that they're expected to win, and it was the one game where they reverted back to looking like that was a Voss game plan.
Yeah.
It seems like they're doing really well in the games that they're not expected to win, because I think there's something psychological going on there, I think, as well, where that group, because even under Voss last year, I noticed that group always struggles when they're a favourite or when they're expected to win.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
And they really struggled against Essendon when they were expected to win. That's like they were pus. They were back to Michael Voss pus that delivered against Essendon, right? And they only won because Essendon is so rubbish, right? But they're still pus, Carl. They're terrible. Like they are shocking. And
So
who have they got this week? Someone
West Coast.
Oh,
They got West Coast at Marvel. Yeah.
Ooh, don't be surprised.
West Coast.
They're playing well though, Bergs.
Carlton.
Yeah.
They had a good game against Geelong. Geelong were ordinary. They had a good game against Geelong, but like their Essendon was rubbish, and they beat other teams that were shit.
Yeah, Essendon weren't good. No, weren't good against.
But let's assassinate them. Like I know it's the Richmond Collingwood show, but how good is it that Essendon just stink? Like I just love it.
Let it continue.
They
for eternity, mate.
The most arrogant bunch of supporters in history. I still remember. I just love that they're terrible. Shocking.
Yeah.
Like they're that.
It would have been hard
when we stank in the early 2020s. Early 2020s? No, late 2010s.
20,001 and that, like
my hatred for Essendon came up. I got sent to the other side of the plant where Mick and I work, and I found a piece of it was a Sunday afternoon. It was a Sunday night shift that I was working, and I actually found some gaffer tape on the way to the area that I work in. And there was 4 Essendon druggies supporters next door in the other room. And I walked in with some gaffer tape over my mouth after we've won. I just put it over my mouth, and I just knocked on the window, and I've just given them the thumbs up. It's priceless. Absolutely priceless.
Yeah.
Because I still remember my favourite was in 95 we beat them at the MCG in like a qualifying final, and we had to play Geelong the next week, and Essendon knew that if they beat Richmond, and they were favourite to beat Richmond, that they would go to Waverley and play Geelong next week. And Sheedy had been talking in the media all week about how they should bring the boundary in at Waverley to make it the same size as the MCG for when they play there the next week, right? And we're walking out after the game, and all these Essendon supporters, and I'm going, I wonder if Sheedy still wants the boundary brought in next week. Yeah. You're going to bring the boundary in. I just wonder, all you fucking losers. You're going to go to Waverley and say the boundary's going to be in? Ask Kev. It's fucking going to be great. I loved it. It was fantastic.
It must have been hard for you, like seeing Kevin Sheedy, a Richmond great, premiership player, multiple premiership player, and then he's gone to Essendon, and he's just, had so much success. I don't know. Yeah.
We got him back though, Mick. We sent him Matty Knights. He fucked him. So it was hard with Kev, but then when Matty Knights went there, I've gone, this will fix everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matty Knights. Not their brightest move.
No.
And then, how do you rate Hardwick Gold Coast?
Who? What?
How do you rate Hardwick at Gold Coast?
Yeah, look, for me, Dimmer, and I watched him closely, like, just so you guys know, when Richmond started, I was considered a footy family. So David Asprey come to live with me as an 18-year-old for 2 years. So I had Dave for 2 years. And then I coached Brandon at Calder. So after Dave, I had Brandon for 2 years. So I was heavily entrenched in that Richmond era through those players and involved in the club. And I met Dimmer quite a few times. And I loved Dimmer, but those boys would come home and talk about game plan with me. And they had no kick-in structure at all, which used to surprise me. And Brandon used to say to me, we had a better kick-in structure at Calder than we did at Richmond. It's just kick long to a contest on the wing. I'm watching it. I'm watching what he's telling me, and I'm watching it in games. So Dimmer had the players playing for him, but he was tactically poor. And even when they got to the finals, I said earlier that they had no forward plan forward of centre. They just used to bomb the ball in. But when Blake Carousella got there, they put speed in front of the footy, lightning quick, closed down space, had a different game plan, and all of a sudden it was a different Richmond in front of the footy. The defensive side was always okay under Dimmer, but the front half, all of a sudden we could score really quickly and we had speed. Butler, Rioli, Castagna, we always had these guys closing down space and they'd get back and they'd get forward quick. And once we turned the ball over at half-back, it was gone and we were scoring. That wasn't Dimmer. And I was very fearful when he went to the Gold Coast that unless he has the right mix of assistants, he won't do anything up there because he was going nowhere with us. They could have sacked him at the end of 2016 easy. And I'll be honest, I was one for going, I don't know, they'll work it out. We've got good administration, they'll work it out. But I would have easily gone, bye-bye Dimmer, no problem. But they brought in great help. And we won flags. And I just think that you can't have someone like Dimmer taking all the credit for that. Anyone who thinks Chris Fagan coaches the Brisbane Lions Football Club is kidding themselves.
Yeah.
If he's the genius behind Brisbane, you're kidding. He's on the boundary line because he supports. You watch him yell.
He's a cheerleader.
That's like all he is.
Flies a cheerleader.
He's a lovely guy, but he's
the same.
He's a lovely guy, but he's not coaching that team.
Hey, can we do Mick, if it's okay, can we do a slight segue? It's kind of related.
Yeah, go for it.
Do you remember, speaking of Reds reunions, Bergs, 10-year reunion, you remember 10-year reunion, Lord Newry.
Yeah.
We're a year into, 2 years into the Malthouse Buckley handover.
Yep.
And you said to me, Matty, Nathan Buckley is going to be the best coach in the AFL.
Yep. Yeah, I remember saying that. And
over to you. What happened? He could have been, yeah.
So I coached against Nathan. He was coaching Vic Country under 16s and at a carnival. And I think we're in Brisbane. We might have been in Sydney. I think we're in Brisbane. And had a fair chat to Nathan and watched him in huddles. And I thought he was really good. And then I had that conversation with you. And then a couple of years later, a kid from Calder got drafted, a kid called Matty Goodyear, got drafted to Carlton. Robert Harvey was at Collingwood. And I went to a coaches conference and Robert Harvey was talking. And he was talking about Nathan Buckley. And he was talking about all Nathan Buckley's philosophies. And I'm looking, I'm going, oh, this has changed a little bit. And then there was a lunch break. And I walked up to Robert Harvey to ask him about Matty Goodyear and how he was going. He's talking to me. And I said, is that Nathan's philosophies now? And he goes, yeah. I go, well, you're not going to be winning too much. And he goes, what do you mean by that? And I go, well, with his philosophies, Gary Ablett Sr. doesn't play in your team because Nathan Buckley wants robots. He wants
soldiers.
No flamboyance. He wants soldiers. And my philosophy on coaching was we want 80% of our guys going this way. And we've got 4 loose champions that are on the outside, and my job is to get them as close to those lines, those 80 percentile line, as you can possibly get them, because we need them to win a flag, right? So you guys are doing this, and my job's to drag them. If they're too far outside, all right, I'll cut them. But Buckley he just wanted everyone the same, wanted so vanilla. And I've gone, I didn't see that in his coaching of 16s, but I saw it in his coaching of seniors. So, yes, I said it, but I quickly retracted it about 4 years.
No, I was agreeing because you were mentioning some of the tactics that Malthouse were using, and a lot of it was coming from Nathan. So you weren't just pulling it out of your ass; you had you had evidence behind it.
But sometimes, Matty, you can be a really good assistant coach, offering up great ideas, and then when it's your turn to take over, you become less daring and more conservative, and your philosophy changes. And I think Nathan suffered a bit from that. Honestly, I'd like to see Nathan given another opportunity. I'd like to see him coach Tassie or get a chance like that, because I think as you get older, you get wiser. Like when I coached you in 2001, I knew nothing. I was making the shit up, right? I'd love to go back.
You won 8 flags.
You sounded good. I believed it.
I'd love to coach that side now. You know what I mean? Like,
mate, you had a superstar. You had a superstar behind the ball,
just let
mate.
him go. You just pick a pocket and just win the game for me. Right? He was my Nick Dakoff.
Now come on, Bergs.
He's gone from siding to Nick Dacos, mate.
Yeah, well, I just think is he starting to pluck his eyebrows, Wolfie? I can't see.
He's made a comeback. The wall.
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because the word was too. I remember Buddha Hocking. They had big raps for when he was an assistant at Collingwood in that 2018 season, 2018-2019, I think. And he had a big impact on the playing group, getting him to do little things with their lockers and whatnot, character building and responsibility. And he was a coach that they had really, really, really high regard for, along with Longmuir as well. Was another good one that we had.
Yep.
Do you know much about Buddha Hocking as a coach?
Nothing, not a thing.
Okay.
I've had. I'm sorry, but I've had zero to do with Buddha. I've got this vivid memory of him buying a hot dog and tripping over in the wet. Do you remember that clip?
Yeah, when he's coming
on the footy show, where he bought a hot dog at a local footy game and he slipped over and dropped the hot dog, and it's one of the funniest things I've seen. And I just looked at him and I can't imagine him coaching anyone, to be honest. But I'm sure he's probably good.
I didn't like. I never, as a fan, I didn't like Buck's assistant outside of like Longmuir and say Hocking. I was never a fan of Robert Harvey and Sanderson coming to Collingwood.
Yeah,
I felt like it started to feel like Bucks was picking guys that just like that he liked.
Yeah,
not tactics, because I was never really sure. I mean, you can answer better than me because I'm not a coach, but that Harvey didn't feel like he was giving us much tactically.
So here's the thing, right? Good coaches will employ assistants that they think are better than them or offer something that they don't. And weak coaches and poor coaches will surround themselves with people that can't take their job.
100%.
Yeah.
Because they're after job security. And if you look at Fly, when he got Lepper and Bolton, I'm going, he's trying to win. He's trying to be good. He's trying to get people that can really help him. So now that they're not there, and he's got, who's he got, Wolfie? Not much.
Tyson Goldstack and
Tyson Goldstack.
Hayden Skipworth are the main guys.
And Hayden Skipworth.
Oh, Boydie from the Dogs. He's the midfield coach.
You've also got Jordan Ruffhead's the defensive coach as well.
Yep.
And Locken.
Who?
Jordan Ruffhead. He used to play for Western Bulldogs in Collingwood. He's a key defender. Exactly.
Last time I saw Jordan, he was coaching under 16 girls.
Yeah. Well, he was a development coach for the women's side a couple of years ago.
Yep, there you go. Roughly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, mile off it. Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, you wonder why Essendon's going bad. They've got a guy at Essendon called Cam Roberts who coached Uni Blues to a flag, and he's their head of development at Essendon. No wonder they can't develop anyone. Now he's the forward line coach and he's coaching caddy. So you're giving him the keys to the Ferrari. My God, there's so many dicks in AFL that are just clueless, but they've slid their way in through appropriate channels, and no one realises that they're fucking idiots. Right? So it's bizarre.
You think is it a soft cap issue? Flyers won the flag. Has he then gone right? I want a couple of mil, and then there's not enough room cash wise for good assistance. Do you reckon that's what's happened,
Matty? I'm so far off the soft cap and shit now. I don't know how much they get, but all I know is that if you go back 15 years, the great development coaches were at TAC Cup putting the polish on the kids that were getting drafted, yet every AFL club wanted to give a legacy to an old player to make him a development coach where they've never been taught how to be a development coach. They don't know how to teach to kick. They know how to kick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they don't have the skill set to develop the young talent. They just know how to play. And that's a mistake they make. If this was a business, this is not an effective business practice in private business sector. It's stupid. And we're still running AFL clubs like local footy clubs. The senior captain who's had 250 games, he's made coach next year. It'd be like making Pendlebury coach next year. He's got no idea how to coach. He's a great player, but he's not going to be a great coach unless he does 5 or 6 years of learning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we think it's okay to take 4 or 5 players and turn them into development coaches. Like at Richmond, we've got development coaches this year. We've got the North Melbourne guy, and we've got the guy from the Hawks. One was from, I'm trying to think of the names. One's a Murray Bushrangers kids who went from Hawthorn to the Bulldogs.
You got Zeeble, haven't you?
Jack Zeeble's one from North. And the other one, you'll help me because you're young and you can still remember shit because you haven't drunk as much red wine as me. So you remember. He's he come from
Duray?
to the Bulldog. Yeah, Duray. So Duray, he was a Murray Bushrangers kid, went to Caulfield Grammar. That much I do remember. I just can't remember their names. But they're both development coaches. Now, they didn't go to TAC Cup. Here's what used to happen, right? So an AFL player, while they're playing, would come to Calder and be a development coach at Calder while they're playing. They would give up 1 or 2 nights a week. We had, who did we have that was good? Avar Marriage come to Calder and was our ruck coach for 2 years while he was playing. That's a segue into being a development ruck coach later on.
Yeah.
You've been in a development program. You've learned how to teach kids how to develop their ruck talents. You've watched what you've taught and you've seen them progress. And now you go on and then you be a ruck coach at a local club. Now they just take them from finishing ruck and Todd Goldstein will be a ruck coach.
Well, that's
what's he learnt? What's he actually gone and seen the way he teaches impact a kid to teach them to be a better ruckman to then go and take to AFL level. They're shortcutting everything now, like everything.
Yeah.
That's like Pendle's he had this idea and he called up Matty Lloyd and said, can I come and help you down at Haileybury? And Matty Lloyd said, yeah, sure. So Pendle's is kind of doing this and he helps out their midfield and game plan and whatever. So he's getting a bit of that experience.
When I was at Calder, I wanted someone who could teach my forwards, my backs, and my rucks. And I rang up your bloke. You had a guy playing for you called Lee Brown. You remember him?
Yeah, Gippsland boy.
Yeah, Gippsland Power Boy. Brownie's one of the best blokes you'll ever meet. Brownie comes to Calder for like 18 months, and he could work with defenders, forwards, and rucks. Right? Yeah. He knew it all. He could. Smart. I didn't just get one smart. I didn't get one type of player. I got one who could teach all three. So he'd take the backs and talk about body positioning for 20 minutes, and then he'd take the forwards and talk about pushing off your opponent, and then he'd take the rucks and talk about using your body at boundary thrown. He was fantastic. We got like a 3-in-1 with Brownie. But then he could go on and be a development coach. I think he went to, after that, and he was running the Gippsland Power. I think he went back home and was running their whole program.
Yeah.
So
he was a top 5. He was a top 5 draft pick, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. To Freo.
I think. Yeah. And then he came to Pies. Yeah. He was great for us. He was one of the main reasons.
He was your next two stores, wasn't he?
Well, he could just play anywhere. He could play back, and he ended up being like a forward ruck sort of utility.
Yeah, he was kind of like a better version of Frampton.
Yep.
Yeah, he's just a bit more versatile.
Exactly.
Our mate Jaron Geary coaches at the Bulldogs with Ben Reid, but we should steal Cade Simpson from Hawthorn when we finally draft a group of elite first-round kids. When are you going to draft a group of elite first-round kids? Maybe in 2 years when you last.
We're not going to be
That's a
last.
thing. That's a
we
thing.
should start using our first rounders. We shouldn't give up our first rounders for Lockie Schultz and Dan Houston.
Yeah.
That's just.
We haven't had early picks for a long time, man. Like a long time.
It's very true.
But the thing is,
we fucked it up.
Yeah, and we've been giving away, like, we've been chasing players, so we're giving away for Shooter and fucking Dan Houston and shit like that. So we've given away
Schultz. Is Schultz Shooter?
Schultz,
Lockie Schultz.
Yeah. He's just a player.
Mate, he's an elite tackler. He tries his hardest, but you don't want the ball in his hands 25 metres out on a slight angle. It's a 50-50, mate,
Who was that little guy you had 10 years? Jared Blair.
Yeah.
Same.
Our centre half forward. Yeah.
Jared Blair. But yeah, you paid money for Schultz, didn't you?
Here's a question.
Yeah. Go, Brooks.
Here's a question. When was the last time he won the wooden spoon?
Eyes.
99. Yeah,
99?
and we picked up Josh Fraser, number 1 pick the year after that.
2000.
Yeah.
Before that?
Probably before that, probably 76.
76.
Yeah.
So does that burn that your number 1 draft pick has won 5 games in a row for Carlton?
It does a bit. It does a little bit, man. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that Graham Wright went there and he's poached Fraser and he's given them their little sugar hit run now. It doesn't. Yeah.
Because it exposes Fly.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm more pissed off with the club about that than I am Fraser.
Because Fraser has gone there, and he had 2 key things, and the pillar that his foundation is built on is selection integrity. All right. And so he had to sit there as reserves coach at Collingwood and seeing his boys get absolutely snubbed by Fly for 2 or 3 years. And also he had to play with Fly's game plan. So he's gone to Carlton. They've said, you do what you want. Yep, selection integrity. You're good. You're getting a game. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
And we are going to play different modes, but we're going to be playing attacking football. And we're going to just let the guys go. And don't be scared of making mistakes. Just go for it.
So Matty, help me out here. So when I was at the women at Carlton, that was like 2017, 18. Josh Fraser was there as coach of the VFL, right? And he was a fucking mile off it, right? I'll be honest. So after that, he went to Collingwood.
Yep.
And he was under Fly as VFL coach for how long?
About 2 years.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
I just saw that he went back to Carlton. I was surprised he went back to Carlton because he wasn't even rated there. And I can tell you now, he's only got this gig because who will we give this job to that won't be coach next year? We'll give it to him, right? So he's got that job. But all of a sudden, 5 in a row, like he's not going to get the job, but all of a sudden, 5 in a row.
He doesn't want the job.
I don't think he wants it,
No.
I'm pretty sure he said he doesn't want it.
No.
No one's smart.
I don't think
so. We probably have to take him in earnest when he's saying he's not ready. They all think that's some sort of like ploy by him, but I actually think
no.
He's smart.
There's no. Josh Fraser's got no ploys. Josh Fraser will just tell you exactly what he thinks, right?
Yeah,
and he's not ready, and he couldn't, like, based on he was in 2018, he would have been 10 years away, and I don't think he'll ever be ready, right?
Yeah.
He's won 5 in a row.
But just because you're sitting in that chair, it's not all on you.
Yeah.
Right? It's not all on you. There's a lot of legacy, Michael Voss, where they weren't even trying, so all of a sudden now they're trying. So
so it's more Voss has gone than Fraser's in. That's changed things around.
Yeah, I reckon any one of us could be sitting there and they'd be getting a similar result. You know.
What do you think of Voss, Bergs? Michael Voss.
I was around in Brisbane, around the club then when he had the job, and one of the greatest justices was Gubby Allen and what he did to Michael Voss. Like, Gubby Allen had some serious draft picks. I'll tell you a couple of stories. Like, Gubby Allen was the list manager of Brisbane, and Gubby Allen drafted for him and traded for him, basically sold him out of one draft for Voss's list. They got beat. They finished about 5th or 6th, but they were a mile from the premiership window, right?
Yeah.
And so he traded draft picks and brought in, like, I reckon he brought in the Indigenous boy from St Kilda. There was 2 of them. I can't think of their names. He brought in a small forward. Yeah, Clark. He brought in Clark. He brought in Andrew Rains, who couldn't get a game at Richmond, who finished last. Signed him on a 3-year deal because he was mates with Jeff. He brought in Favola. He brought in
Buchanan.
Buchanan, the Sydney small forward. Yeah, all these guys who are 23 on everyone else's list aren't going to make your list better, right? It's just the way it goes. You've got to bring in players that are top 10 on other people's lists. They're going to make your list better. Push your 10 down to 13. That makes sense, right? So he did that, and Voss was dealt this shit hand. Now, I was a recruiter at Brisbane. Yeah, this is a funny story. So I was a recruiter at Brisbane, and we're sitting at the draft table, and it's our turn, and Gubby's sitting there, and he goes, "Who are we going for?" And we go, "We're picking him," right? Up he gets. And he gets up there, and we've done all the homework. We want this player. And he reads out a number 45275, Albert Proud, Brisbane Lions. And the guy that we told him to pick was Edwards, that went to Richmond and played 300 games.
Wow.
Gubby ran his own ship, and he threw Voss under the bus. So I felt for Michael with the list that he was given.
Yeah.
I really did. But when you see what he's done at Carlton and what he's had at Carlton, and what he hasn't been able to achieve, like, he couldn't unite the players. He couldn't get them on the same page. I think the one thing Dimmer had the players. Yeah. He had the players, and then he got help on the tactics. Voss, I don't think, ever had them. I think he had them early, and then he lost them for some reason.
What do you think's more important, Bergs? The rapport with the players or tactics and strategy?
I think both. You've either got both. The rapport is the most important thing. If the players love you, fantastic, they're going to play, but you've got to give them a game plan and tactics as well. And that's bringing me back to Richmond now. I think Uze's got the players. I think he needs help with the tactics.
Yeah, all right.
But
Gubby Allen did a similar thing at the Pies in his brief stint there. That I think it only lasted about 2 months.
Yeah.
He went on a recruiting spree, which basically is why we ended up with that salary cap issue when Bucks was pushed out the door.
When you had to dump a couple of those good players, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one that gave Maine his big contract, Daniel Wells, and he was going after these. He was throwing 3 years and 5 and 4 years away, like, at all these guys. Yeah, and he's doing the same at Matilda at the moment.
Used car salesman, Gubby. Used car.
It is, He's done the same everywhere. St Kilda's just going nuts, just fucking throwing money at everyone now, mate.
Same shit.
Yeah, in a couple of years, Saints will have to have a fire sale because
St Kilda any better than they were last year? Not for me.
Nah.
Hey, Bergs, one thing, Bergs, I've remembered. Now, I remember going back ages ago, you were a Rossi Lyon fan, but in recent times, you're not so much of a Ross Lyon fan. But what happened to change your opinion?
He doesn't fucking win.
Oh, that'll help.
It's that simple. Like, you can't keep doing the same shit, walk into a presser, selling the same story, and not fucking win. Like, he's a fucking smart ass in a presser, and he doesn't win. I wish we had some fucking journos that just walk in and go, Ross, any fucking danger, you're winning something. You've been coaching for 20 fucking years, doing the same shit, giving the same game plan. You don't fucking win anything. Any danger that you might change your ideas and start fucking winning. Like, I'd
he
love
gets a free ride. Yeah, he gets a free ride.
Oh,
because
mate,
no one gives a shit about St Kilda. No one gives a shit.
But it's like rite of passage, you know. Like I was years ago, I was at Calder, and the phone rang, and it was Dean Bailey was standing next to me. He was helping us out. His son was playing at Calder. The phone rings, and Dean turns to me and he goes, Biggs, you won't believe what's happened. I go, what? He goes, Freo have just sacked Mark Harvey. And I go, well, that's not a surprise. And he goes, I'll give you 400 guesses who the new coach is. And I go, who? And he goes,
he took one.
Ross Lyon. And I goes, Ross Lyon. I go, but he's contracted at St Kilda. He goes, he's fucking snatched it and he's going to Freo. And I've gone, you're fucking kidding. Now, he went to Freo with the same game plan, push back, run hard. It's not sustainable for the whole year. So everyone gets tired, push back, run hard, push back, run hard. They get tired. He's changed his game plan now a little bit, but it's the same shit. It's just they don't win. And when they have to win, they still don't win. Like, and you can buy, like, they couldn't recruit anyone, so they throw $1 million at fucking Silvani, of all people. Like, he's been a list clogger for fucking years. Like, where's it? In his 10th year, he discovers that he's defender. Fuck me. Like, it's just, you can't write this shit. You look and you go, my God. And they've got De Conning, the only ruckman in the AFL that can't kick a goal. Like, he plays in the midfield, he goes forward, he don't kick goals. Like, they paid like 1.5 for him. He can write a check better than anyone. Like, De Conning's got more money than all of us, right? It's like you've got to go out and recruit smart. Like, I must admit, I did like their get from the Gold Coast. I like Flanders, but he's injured now, I think, isn't he? He did an Achilles or a calf or something. Yeah, they haven't got much luck, but like, I don't know why they bother. Like, St Kilda's just a club where you go, we're cursed, we'll never win again. Like, it's just like, give up.
They are cursed. They're definitely cursed.
Like, they're cursed. They must have walked under a ladder or something. They have no luck. How would you like to be a St Kilda supporter? Jesus.
But you remember?
And that's the thing. It's got harder over the years because there's more teams being added, as we discussed earlier tonight.
And
there's more teams being added.
Yeah, their plot gets worse.
And the window becomes so much shorter.
Yeah.
But I think as a Richmond supporter looking back at the Collingwood supporters, you've been very lucky throughout the years, although unlucky in the fact that you've lost a lot of grand finals, but you've been very successful through the years.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, and it's like
we do compete.
Looking, and there's competing, and there's like you've got a chance. And I think through looking at through the years of you've got a chance. Once you're in the finals, you've got a chance. The Tigers have been very fucking shit for a long time.
When we get in, we win. Brooksy, when we get in, we win. Like, if you're a team and you're playing in a granny, you want to be playing against Collingwood, don't you?
That's right, because I'd hate to fucking lose one, Bugs.
I think it's like 23 or 24 times runners up. That's up 24 times. My God.
And there might be a few that might be we identify as we win these ones. Is that right, Mick?
Yep. You know what I said? You know what I said at work? After when we lost to West Coast in that grand final, all right, we're at Smoko and everyone's giving it to me. Use a fucking shit, this and that. And like, this is when the woke explosion came out where people were identifying as fucking cats and people were identifying as this and that. And I come up in the Smoko and I said, I identify as that Collingwood won that flag because the umps fucked us. I consider that our flag. We won. I don't care what anyone says. That's how I identify it as. And
so you identify as a premiership Collingwood supporter.
Yeah. No.
Don't you oppress me.
Him like a rash.
Did you see him oppressing me?
I was all over him like a rash.
Hey, just going back to your list, I just thought of another bloke that's not playing. Just come back to your list. what's his name? The guy that all he needs is bolts out the side of his neck. He plays backline and Maynard.
Yeah.
Is he done? He's close to being done, isn't he?
No, not at all.
He'll be back next week, mate. But he'll get surgery on his shoulder at the end of the year.
Yeah, I saw him.
If it's me, I'm putting him into surgery now. If it's me, not because I want to tank, but I want to get. There's guys. We've got 2 or 3 backmen who I'd like to see play 5 or 6 games. Did you say, Bergs? Did you see the Swanee interview? Swanee has this sort of podcast, and they asked him, and I thought, and a lot of us here in this community have thought the same thing. This wild card round, wild card, it's Dan Swan, not Billy Swan. He is a very funny man.
Very funny man.
But this wild card thing is terrible for Collingwood and Fly, because Fly's going to just do whatever he can to make it. Where we're all thinking we don't care if we make this wild card round. So what it means is Fly is we're playing Richmond with respect to you guys. We're not playing any kids. Manage Howie, manage Sidey, Chris, get 4 or 5 young guys in there for a couple of games, but no. So it's very frustrating. So what Swanee is saying, it's bad for us. If we didn't have this wild card thing this year, we'd realise we're not going to make finals, and then there's no excuse not to play the
all
kids.
The surgeries to be getting done now.
Yep,
it's one of those things. I think you can hang on for too long. Like I looked at the 2 teams today before I come on the show, and just at a quick guess, I said before, there's 1,800 game or more players at Collingwood, and there's 900 game or more players at Richmond. So obviously some have played 200-300 games, but Richmond would have 10 players that have played 10 games, less than 10 games. So where are your guys? Why haven't you this week? Why aren't you just dumping all your 30-year-olds and playing all your kids and having a look? Because if you lose, who gives a shit?
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
Fly does, and that's the problem.
That's the problem. Against Sydney, Bergs, we got pipped by Sydney by 5 points. We had eight players who had played 20 games or less. And no one made a big deal of it. And we had if Steen didn't go down and do his knee, we're winning that game.
Yeah.
And we went out.
That's the game where Fly had a crack at Grundy over the boundary line, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see the game. I just heard about it. So I have to go back and watch it.
So
was that at the SCG?
Yeah, it was at the SCG, and we went out. We put 6 goals on in the first quarter. Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons I don't think Sydney have been playing that well for 5 weeks. No disrespect to you guys, but they just haven't. They're falling in against Ports and Kilda. They got beat by Geelong at Geelong easy. So tonight was I reckon it was a gimme for Brisbane. I don't think Sydney have been going that well. So they got Goulden back, but if you look at Sydney's list, they've got a lot out still. They've got Rampy out, they've got Papley out, they've got their best moving midfielder. Like they talk about Heaney and Warner, but that McInerney, mate, he's a lead outside player, McInerney. So I just don't know why clubs don't target some of those fringe players. Like Sydney will want to keep Warner and Heaney, but someone needs to throw a shitload of money at McInerney and McLean and some of these. Like give Hawthorn a bit back. Go after some of their guys.
Well, if anyone in Sydney's done a career-ending injury, they've got a 5-year contract waiting for him at St Kilda.
Yeah, absolutely. That's funny.
Hey, Bergs, what do you reckon of Freo this year? You reckon I'll shit the bed come finals time, or you reckon they're the real deal?
Look, I trust Longmire. I don't trust Freo quite yet. They're going beautifully. I love their 3 tall forwards. They all bring something different. Every time I look at Amos, I just see that little bit of cat, but he's going to kick 2 or 3 anyway, and he's a lefty. Tracy's a bull, and Voss is just a psychopath. He could knock someone out. He could do anything. So they bring a little bit different. Their midfield mix is good. Lukey Ryan is a great player down back. They've got some nice runs.
He's a fucking gun from Moonee Valley.
Yeah, he's a very good player, Luke. He's a very good player, and he's a ripper kid. Like, he's just a lovely kid. I think they've got the right team to win. It's whether come finals time they shit themselves or not. Like, you just don't know. They're going to get home finals this year, so they might only have to come to MCG for the granny.
Yeah,
that's right. They've got pretty much. They've got a clean sheet. Like, there's no injuries at all.
No,
you're kidding me, bastards! And Cox is playing in the seniors.
Yeah. Oh well, Darcy's on the way back. Yeah, but I read.
I don't know whether he gets back. Oh, if it was me, I'd play Cox ahead of Darcy.
Fuck it, hell, man. We
Darcy's
could do with
the
Coxie.
most overrated hack. Like, he's a hack. The other guy, Luke Jackson's a superstar. Like,
yeah,
Jesus, how good is he?
Yeah. You rate Sam Mitchell from Hawthorn?
As a coach?
Yeah.
I watch Hawthorn play. Their list is great. Their players run around. They're the most arrogant team I've ever seen in my life, and that's a reflection of their coach.
Yeah.
He played like that. I think he's a very good coach, and he's very good tactically, but he was an arrogant arsehole on the field, and he's an arrogant coach, and his players play like that.
Yeah.
Did you see the game Hawthorn Bulldogs?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Anyway.
Hawthorn Bulldogs, I was so glad when the Bulldogs won because Hawthorn were giving it to them all night. They're only 2 or 3 goals in front. They're carrying on like they were 10 goals in front. And when they got beat, I'm going, I fucking love it. It's just so good.
I love Selwood, that new guy. That was fantastic watching him completely giving shit to Watson for a whole half.
Lewis. Was it Lewis, the forward guy?
No, it was he was a mid-season recruit last year, Selwood. Not the famous family, the other with 2 L's.
I know.
He's named Michael Selwood.
Yeah, he's a beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great win for the Bulldogs, and Hawthorn just arrogant arseholes. So they got some skill, but Jesus, they're arrogant. And I honestly reckon that you are a reflection of your coach in some of his traits, and he's always been arrogant. Sammy Mitchell.
Yeah.
I've never liked the way he acts when he loses. He looks like he's about to throw the toys out of the pram.
Yeah. Fly's not a good loser either, though.
No.
Fly
yeah. You know how Fly, he's got this facade as Mr. Nice Guy. Yeah, we're getting better. Blah blah blah. Do you believe in the thing like that's been said that behind the scenes he's a fucking mean bastard?
I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think he is? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we don't believe it. Like I don't know.
Mean as fuck. Oh fuck yeah. He hates losing with a fucking passion. He's a fucking sook about losing. I've got no doubt he said something pretty ordinary to Grundy, even though Grundy played it down. I've got no doubt. It's just his nature. When he's losing, he's mean as fuck. When he's winning, he's the nicest guy in the world. But when it gets close and it gets ugly, he's mean as a fucking snake.
Yeah.
But that's not a bad trait. He hates losing.
Yeah. Because I was about to say, all the Hawks players in their premiership years, a lot of them were like that. Like Lewis was like that. Hodge was like that. Because I remember we played them in, 2017, where we were down by 30, 40 points. And we ended up beating them by 30, 40 points because the turnaround was that massive. And by the end of the game, you had Lewis and Hodge basically punching on with Pendlebury. Because obviously they were at half time up by 5-6 goals, and then they were losing by 5-6 goals.
They're so used to win and they don't know how to lose,
Yeah. And then and I remember because I remember when the fight started, it was a guy called Josh Smith. If you know the name, if you don't, there's a reason why. No, so his name's Josh Smith. He played in 2017, rookie, originally from I think was he from Queensland? We traded him to West Coast a couple of years later. Anyway, he was a fringe player at best. He ended up kicking a goal because he was a defender. Once he kicked a goal, I'm like, all right, that's that's when you start throwing all the parties and all that stuff because it's if Josh Smith is kicking a goal, you're having a good night. And that's when Yeah, that's when I want to. Oh no, what's the Irish dude? There was an Irish dude that was like a bit of a fighter. Because it was Hodge and
it's at Hawthorn.
Yeah.
What Nash?
It might have been Nash, but I feel like it was somebody else. Anyway, it was definitely an Irish guy, and then it was like him and Hodge were basically going after Penderbury, and I just remember watching and just be like, yeah, that's just typical. And then I remember Jordan Lewis tried to punch Todd Goldstein at one point as well when he was playing when North were kicking their ass one year. So
don't like losing. I got a question for you, Collingwood nuffers. Mm-hmm. There's a bloke.
I like you call him nuffers.
There's a bloke that I used to watch playing for Collingwood a couple of years ago, and I go, "This kid's got something. He could be anything." And he could never get a game, and then he disappeared. A kid called Ash Johnson. Was it Ash Johnson?
Ash Johnson. Yeah.
What
he
happened
was a
to
spud.
him?
He was a spud.
Absolute tease.
He had glimpses of superstar.
Had a lot of natural ability, but no ticker and just no defensive side. But also, he's like a good country footballer. Like he could do. I think he just wanted to kick goals and not really work.
Yeah, I looked at him and I just used to think if he's not getting a game in that team, he must have no work rate or no work ethic because he had all the talent. I saw a little bit of Adrian McAdam in him. You guys won't remember him, but
Adrian McAdam, for North, he was an absolute superstar in 10 games.
Yeah. He kicked 23 goals in his first 3 games. Never been done ever again.
Yeah.
So he kicked like 7, 10, 6 in his first 3 games. Like no one's done.
Well, if this doesn't sum up Ash Johnson, Bergs, I think it was a year where they were really deciding whether they were going to keep him or not, and he was playing for his career, and he's at Frankston on the wing.
Yeah, here we go.
Shows the football to the crowd, like giving them shit, and then he got his pants pulled down, and
literally pants pulled down, like Dax down. Yeah,
that is hilarious.
So basically, what it was. So basically, Ash Johnson had the ball in the wing. The Frankston crowd was just giving him absolute shit the whole day. He goes to do like the shot with the goose to the crowd. Yeah, this is at Frankston. And basically, Ash Johnson.
Bongos? They always have a crowd beating the bongos on the side.
Oh, probably, yeah. And so basically, Ash Johnson was basically doing like a selling candy to the crowd. And as he's selling candy to the crowd, he's trying to run obviously forward of the ground. And as he's still running, a guy actually does like a rundown tackle from behind, gets caught cold holding the ball. And then obviously the Frankston supporters were all like clapping, going, "Yeah, well done, mate, absolute champion."
Hilarious.
And then that was basically that was when his papers got stamped, basically.
I've got a question for Brooksy. Brooksy, who's your best 5 Richmond you've seen in your life?
It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
The man that used to wear the bib and brace, he'd have to be number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Yeah. Jeez. Bartlett. He'd have to be number 1.
Bartlett, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's up there for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Jack Dyer.
I never.
Captain Blood.
The captain.
Hmm.
Then you have to fast forward to a lot of time, and you have to say Dustin Martin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dusty would have to be the best player ever. Like in respect to your wonderful history.
Slow down, Nick.
Am I going a bit too much? Yeah.
You're going a bit early. Best big moment player by a mile.
Yeah. All right.
He very young. He wasn't the caliber of what the rest of them were. Like he was shit to start off with. Let's be honest. But he just grew into an absolute fucking champion.
Yeah.
But I feel like that comes with the territory being one of those types. So if you look at all the explosive mids, it's sort of like you always get a little bit of a low, and then you get their peak, and then you get a bit of a down for a couple of years. So that peak, you got maybe 6 years of a peak. Because I feel like when you have those explosive mids, it's really rare that they're elite for a long time, just because it's such a hard position to play for a long period of time.
Yeah, 100%. Like that position in midfield is so hard to play. It is. How can you run out there every single time and perform 100% of the time for 100% of the time? Like it's insane, and you're never going to get that. You're never going to get that.
I just think, for me, I think you've all got to remember that when you go to play in the midfield, you've got 3 or 4 helpers, right? So it doesn't detract from what you do, but you've got 4 guys helping you. When you stand in a position, you are on your own. And so for me, at Richmond,
it's who's helping you around you.
Yeah, Dusty and KB were fantastic, but for me, Royce Hart was a freak, and the guy who got me through 20 years of football wilderness, Matty Richardson, was a rock star, like a fucking rock star. And if he had been in a good team, he would have kicked 1,500 goals, right?
If only he could kick straight.
He kicked 700 or 800 kicking shit.
I know.
800, 2,500 points.
But still, if he had a kick straight.
Our delivery was horrendous. Like Richo used to stand there and they'd kick it over his head, they'd kick it at his feet, he'd yell at him,
he'd crack it.
At him. He'd go, I used to go to the games knowing we can't win, but Richo will kick 8. Fuck, I can't wait to see him. He's a freak. Like he's just a freak. And when they put
delivery to the footy is number one.
And here's the thing that used to make me laugh. He nearly won a Brownlow at 33 on a wing. Can you imagine if we had played him where Luke Jackson is now? He would have won 3 Brownlows.
Bergs, that was my suggestion for Darcy Moore. I thought that he should be moved out of defence and doing the role Richo did in his last year or two.
Wing, yeah. Like, and Rewalt Nick Rewalt went to a wing and had a great last year. Like it's one of those things. Like we just think tall players have to play in key positions, but if they've got great endurance, my God, like. Why have Richo standing in the goal square when the team's shit, right? And he can run all around the ground because he's an elite beeper. He can beat like 14.5 or something. So he's an elite runner. He can run everywhere. He's got cardiac capacity. He was an elite athlete, junior athlete in Tassie. And we stand him in the goal square and he gets 10 chances, like, Jesus, I don't know. Coaching's got way better now. They put the elite runners where they can run,
I remember that Brownlow count really well because I was rooting hard for him because it was a real such an unexpected polling, And then I remember that last game and he was shaking his head at the camera because he knew he didn't play well in that final round. And then he was going to be stuck on 23 or whatever it was.
Yeah. It's fun. He's just he was so likable, wasn't he? He just wore his heart on his sleeve. He just
absolutely. I watched a lot of Richmond in the 90s, especially when I was growing up, and so I remember a lot of those guys that came and went, like Gasper and Campbell,
Wayne Campbell,
Matthew Broderick from Fitzroy. We had a good team. Yeah. Nick Daffy, Mark Miranda, those guys. They got us back. Back to leave it.
Yeah.
Michael Gale, Benny Gale. Benny Gale was a good player.
How do you guys feel about moving Deledio on, having him miss out on your
Deledio won us 3 flags. Like
he's fucking one of the best in the centre.
That was a gun. And Matt was Deledio was all class, and it just like someone had to go to bring players in, and that's what happened. It's just, like you wouldn't wish it on him. Jesus, he was there the whole time. But like guy like Chris Newman missed all our flags, and
Jake King.
You can't.
Jake King missed out on the flags too, didn't he?
The push up.
Yeah.
Push up King.
I used to love Jake King used to come on the field and just look for Didac and just fucking run because they're both forwards. He used to run to the other side of the field just to get Didac, mate.
It's funny you mentioned that, Mick. It come up on a Facebook feed just yesterday. He's whacked Didac and then he's whacked about 3 other Collingwood players, and we're 8 goals down, and he's just punching Collingwood heads. He just didn't give a shit. It was hilarious.
But 87 Collingwood fucking players all over him, and he just punched the absolute suitcase.
Punching everyone. And then he walks out and his jumper's ripped to shreds, and he's catching a Uber to Heidelberg, you know.
Guess who remonstrated with him first? When he gut punched Didac, guess who the first Collingwood player who remonstrated with him was? Really funny because he was never going to do anything. It was just really funny that Brad Dick was the guy.
Oh, Jesus.
I saw Brad Dick. Oh my God, you're all heart, but you're out of your division.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Jake King, I've had a couple of conversations with him. He's a class act, man. He'll talk to you, mate, and reminisce, and he's a good bloke. He's had his dramas, but just from my interactions with him, he's an absolute class act.
Yeah. Like you just want him to be real, don't you? You know, just someone talks to him, talk back. You know, it's not hard.
Yeah. I loved it when he went into the grog squad and fucking down that fucking pint. Yeah,
that was hilarious. When they won the flag. Yeah.
Talking about the grog squad, you guys. Yeah. You guys were calling us nuffers. Look at you two blokes, mate. You guys have been downing. Brooks has been downing. He's downed about fucking 7 pints since he's been on the stream, and Bergs has put him down the red whites like it's no tomorrow, mate.
It's good fun. We needed to put up with you, Collingwood scum. Isn't that what they say?
Exactly, fucking right, Bergs.
Yeah.
So what happened at Richmond when the Cloaks were coming through and they were picked? They had the option to go to either club, right?
What happened at Richmond was
the young Cloaks,
a bloke with a big bushy beard who got very frustrated, and that all started everything. What was his name?
Big bushy beard. Cloaks that was after Graham Richmond. That was
big bushy beard.
No, I'm talking about the 3 boys, the 3 kids. David's sons, like they could have gone to Richmond or Collingwood, right? And how come Richmond missed out on them?
Oh yeah, the Clark brothers.
Was it because none of them were any good, or
because we were shit?
I'm just
we were shit.
Why
would you go to a shit club?
Which Cloak actually did anything? Like one was a lefty with a P. One looked like Tarzan, played like Jane, lefty with a P heart, who could only kick goals from 75 out, and if he was 20 out, he couldn't get the side of a barn. The other one,
have to get Bugs back on.
The other one played his best footy at GWS. And who was the third? I don't even remember who he was. He played at.
He played for Jakarta. No, he played for Jakarta.
Cameron, he had a fight with Satantaro helping. He went to Carlton and ended up having a punch on at training with.
And then he played at Jakarta.
And his famous moment was having a football boot up his ass.
I think he slapped Satantaro helping, didn't he?
Because that was the.
We literally showed that footage the other night. That footage is literally ingrained into my brain. Just the fact of basically helping just did this half kick into his ass, and I wouldn't be surprised if the football boot's still there, just wedged in it.
Oh, Mick, your cousin actually took the words out of my mouth. The story I was told was that they basically had to take the first 2 brothers to get the good brother, the third brother.
Yeah. And the good brother couldn't kick for shit, but I'll tell you what.
We're talking about the good brother being Jason or
Travis.
Trav.
He couldn't kick, but he was an elite contested mark. You give him that.
Heart like a pea. He went to the Bulldogs, didn't he?
He did.
Did he have the Bulldogs? Yeah, built like Tarzan, plays like Jane. No,
he had one season.
What would his record be? I just wonder. Would it be 10 seasons, 250 goals?
About 400 goals.
Did he?
Yeah, I reckon. because he led a goal kicking, not that saying much, but
yeah, I'll look it up for us.
He had some
He had a horrible
heartbreaking
run of
misses,
points,
though.
didn't he? Like he had a
Yeah.
run where he was kicking points. And
Some heartbreaking shanks.
he was also our main forward as well.
Yeah.
Oh, he was pretty good.
256 games for 452 goals.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
That's goal and 1.75. Yeah. He was pretty good. Like, Jesus, when you think about it, that's a lot of games and a lot of goals. So.
He used to get 20, 21 touches a game as well.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, Jason Cloak, the first brother, started his career like a house on fire.
Yeah, he did.
He was playing like a loose man in defence kind of thing, and like
who was the one who went to GWS? What was his name?
Cameron.
Cameron.
Did Cameron go to GWS?
No, he didn't go to GWS.
No, he didn't.
He went to
You're talking about Heath Shaw. Probably the
Sorry, yeah. Sorry, I'm talking about Heath Shaw. Yeah.
Cameron went to Carlton.
I'm
then
getting
he went
my Cloaks and Shaws mixed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and none of them are any good, really. Cloaks, Shaws.
Sometimes good, sometimes shit.
I'm with you, Brooksy. Yeah. There's not a lot.
What have we done, mate? What have we done with these Richmond supporters, mate? You invite them on and they're just taking the piss, mate. Fuck me, mate.
Is that what we're here for or what?
Yeah.
We were a target for 39 years, Mick. Give us a break.
and they've absolutely decimated you.
You had a player in the mid-2000s era, and I remember I went to see a game about 2007 where we're having a pretty good season, and it was the most frustrating games. I think it was Nathan Foley just kept ripping the ball out of every centre bounce.
Very good player.
Oh, he could not stop the guy that night.
He got reported that week.
Nathan Foley was a very good player. Played in the. I reckon he actually got a game. They were still playing rep games then, and he played for Victoria. He's a good player, Nathan Foley.
Then he kind of disappeared really quick. He didn't see him again.
He played a long time. He played like 8 seasons and 150 games, I reckon. He's a good player.
But like, he was very average at Richmond, though, yeah? Because I remember
he was just outside the premiership window.
Yeah, because with Foley, he'd always play the state games and stuff. And he'd be nearly best on ground if he wasn't best on ground. But he'd play at Richmond and he'd be just very average. So every time he played the state game, it was always a surprise he'd play so well.
Yeah.
That's when we were Northman.
Yeah. Ivan Maric missed out on the flags as well, didn't he? He was fucking good for a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good player. Big Ivy was great for us.
Yeah.
Were you guys upset to lose Brad Ottens when Geelong snatched him?
I was shattered.
Yeah.
He turned it around pretty good, though, at Geelong. I didn't rate him much at Richmond, but he kind of
he was great. When we had him and
yeah.
Richo, we had twin towers. When we had him and Richo, we could play Benny Gale in the ruck, and it gave us a different dimension. He was very good, Brad Ottens, and I knew he'd be good at Geelong. I was just looking here, Nathan Foley, 154 games, 44 goals. One Victorian jumper in 2008. Yeah, he was a good player.
Yeah. Done a knee.
It's one of those players. I'm glad you mentioned it because one of those players you just kind of forget. You know, like very good player.
Did he do a knee?
I don't think so. I think he just got slow. He was all about speed. He was only a little fella, and he exploded away from the contest and have a bounce. And when he lost a yard, he couldn't go. So happens to all of them.
Yeah.
And Pendles is there now, I reckon.
What was Ben Cousins, mate? You just took a punt on him as well, yeah?
Yeah, we did take a punt on Ben Cousins. I'll tell you a funny story about Ben Cousins. I went to a dinner. I went to a dinner at Richmond, and Ben was sitting next to me. Come in like late, and he sits down. He has a steak. Then we go outside, and he's sitting next to me in the crowd, and we're playing Freo, and it's at Marvel, and we're like 5 goals down, and then Robin Nahas kicks a couple of goals, and we hit the front. And Cousins leaped out of the seat, and he's jumping up and down, and he's still playing then, but he's out injured. And he turns to me and goes, Bergs, he goes, usually cost me 10 grand to get in this headspace. And I said to him, I go, Benny, I go, you probably shouldn't be saying that. He's a very funny man, Ben Cousins. I'm glad he's better and he's going well now. So
100%.
Another Richmond guy that gave us good service for just a couple of years was Andy Cracker.
Yeah, good player, very good player, Andy Cracker. Yeah. He gave good service. He was a good player.
Yeah. I would also love to know like his exit because he stopped really abruptly. I wonder because I think 2013 was his last season, and I know going into that year that's when the whole Davis thing happened. So I wonder if the whole Davis exit was like a reason to why Andy Cracker left, or he didn't leave, but he didn't play that whole season because he was on the list, but he just didn't. I don't know if he was at the club at any point, but he didn't play a game for that whole.
He got really unfit from memory. He put on a bit of weight, and he wasn't he wasn't. I don't know his personal reason, but like I know he really put on the weight, and Buckley wouldn't play him. He wasn't match fit, but I don't know about why.
Look, I know that. Matty Rendell got in a lot of trouble for saying stuff about Indigenous boys, but Indigenous boys in programs, they go one of two ways, and when they go the other way, then they turn into Bobby Hill, Andy Cracker, Tyson Stengel. You've got to keep them. You got to keep them in line, and that, like I know, that's not just Indigenous boys. It can happen to white guys too. But with Indigenous boys, I think Matty got in trouble for telling the truth, and he said that if you've got an Indigenous boy that's had two Indigenous parents growing up, they come into a program where they've got complete structure and they've never had complete structure in their life. They can go and do what they like, run around as kids in the outback and doing what they want, and they come into a program where they've got a resemblance of serious structure and they struggle with it. If they've had one white parent, they've had a little bit of structure and they can cope with it. And sometimes the Indigenous boys really struggle with it. And I don't think that's racist saying anything like that. I just think it's a fact of life. And, you know, the lefties go, you can't say that, you can't say that. But Matty Rendell got taken a task for it, but it's true. It's just a fact. And clubs will make a decision on whether they've had two Indigenous parents, one Indigenous parents, what they go and look at where they've been brought up. Are they in the city where they've got to go to school and they've got to do stuff? Or are they in the bush where they can go fishing and camping and do whatever they like and come back 3 days later? You know, like turn up to this 9 o'clock on time. Good luck with that. You know what I mean? Like, so, but for me, it's really sad seeing Tyson the way he is, Bobby the way he is. It's, you know, you want them. You'd think in this day and age you'd have enough people around them to keep them good.
Yeah.
Shame.
Well, look at this. At Collingwood, Bobby's got everything he could want. Everything, you know, support, facilities. You know, I'm sure all the teammates and coaches get around him, but he just cannot get on the park. And it's not because of anything to do with injury or anything. It's just off-field drama, mate. It doesn't end, man. You know?
Yeah. I know he had trouble with his missus, but Tyson's a different thing. Like at Richmond, it was Tyson on the gear, Adelaide, Tyson on the gear. Then they got Eddie, and Eddie was the Tyson whisperer, and Eddie kept him on the straight and narrow. And then he went to Geelong, so Geelong got Eddie, and Eddie kept him on the straight and narrow. Then Eddie leaves, and Tyson's back where he is. You know, like it's just it's sad. Like, just is what it is. You know, it's a shame. Jesus, they can play.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All of them. Yeah. Bobby Hill's a big loss because he was electric. He's like,
mate.
He's Charlie Cameron all over again. Just,
Well, especially with the spark just builds so much momentum. So even though he may kick, say, 2 or 3 goals in a game, you know, those goals, if he kicks one goal and it's like, you know, like the goal of the year, that then inspires the guys to go kick 3 or 4 in a row. Like,
I think it's like
you can't really measure that.
Those players are electric. I watched Charlie tonight and Charlie for Brisbane. He got like 7 metres up the ground, laid a tackle, stripped him of the ball, ran around, handball to someone. They ran in, kicked a goal. Now, there's fuck all stats for Charlie Cameron, but fuck me. the whole team got around him. You know, like it was just one of those game-defining moments, and you just can't measure that. And those boys, they're so electric, and when they do, like Cyril was the same. Like this, it wasn't like he still get the 10 stats a game, and he'd be the best player on the ground. Like freak shows, like absolute freak shows.
Yeah.
Just on a slightly different topic, because we like our obscure players. There's another player we traded to Richmond. You remember Clinton King?
Absolutely.
The long hair,
Yeah.
He actually played in Richmond's 2001 finals campaign, I think.
Yes, I remember Clinton King. I'll tell you one more funny story, because Clinton King reminds me of this. I went to a grand final lunch in 1990. Collingwood beat Essendon. Is that right? Is that the year?
Yeah.
1990, Collingwood beat Essendon.
Yeah.
When Gavin Brown got knocked out. So I'm at a grand final lunch, and there's a panel, and it's got like 3 or 4 Swans players on it, and the coach at the time was a guy called Colin Kinnear, and the captain was there, and there's a couple of Swans players and a few other people, and there was a guy called Arthur Higgins commenting, and he brought the microphone round, and we had the Save the Tigers campaign then, Save Your Skins. We're going broke, and we're shaking cans and doing all this. And they brought the microphone around. I said, I've got a question for Colin Kinnear. And they said, what? And I go, if we give you back Gary Frangalis, can you give us our money back? And like the Sydney Swans captain, I can't think of his name at the time, but he was laughing so hard, his chair fell back and he fell on the ground. He was laughing so hard, right? And then the crowd just all started laughing. And I'm thinking to myself, like, we put $1 in that tin, but Gary Frangalis cost us a couple of $100,000. He wasn't worth $5. And you mentioning Clinton King just made me think of that. Clinton King was just, mate, is there any more ordinary footballer played the game? He could run, but I said it earlier, I had a greyhound that could run, but Clinton King was very ordinary.
We took another guy from Richmond in our dark era with Tony Shaw coaching when we were broke, and we took Jamie Tate from Richmond.
Jamie Tate could seriously play. Jamie Tate died as a 28 or 9-year-old.
Yeah, he did.
Had a tragedy in Adelaide. But Jamie Tate could seriously play for a while. I think he had, obviously had mental health issues, but it's just one of those bad stories. He had 4 or 5 really good years at Richmond playing halfback. Like he was a lot Dan Houston like, strong, strapping kid, could take a mark, could run off and play. Yeah, sometimes kids just lose their way, and it's sad. But we've got way better with mental health around footy clubs now. A lot better.
I also think I read, Mick, that Chris Curran died 4 or 5 years ago.
Chris Curran.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. I think I'll look that up because I don't want to.
Chris, if you're there, can you ring in?
I reckon we've exhausted.
I hope I'm wrong. Sorry, I died in 2018. Yeah.
There you go. I reckon we've exhausted every player that's played for Collingwood and Richmond. Someone mentioned Steve McKee before.
Oh, yeah, I remember him, big blonde guy.
Yeah. Fuck.
I'll give another one. Bob Hurd.
Yeah. Okay. That's going back a bit, is it?
Yeah, Bob Hurd played. I reckon he played in. Did he play in a Richmond premiership? He might have. But he's a tall ruckman with Len Thompson. He was Len Thompson's second ruck. Come to Richmond, played 3 or 4 years. But
there's one more, Mick. It was in the chat way earlier, but Aaron James we sent to Richmond.
Yeah, thanks very fucking much for that. When Pentridge closed, they kicked him out, I reckon.
Yeah.
He was as a kid for years, my dad, you wait, he's generational. He's going to be this. He's going to be that. Oh, what a fucking disappointment.
Yeah. I remember clearly Dermot saying, I've just seen this kid at Collingwood, Aaron James. He's going to be the next Wayne Keely.
Yes. Yeah.
I remember, and then I've gone, hey, we've just got the next Wayne Carey from Collingwood. I can't wait to go and see him. Oh my God, Jesus!
Yeah,
yeah, he's a train wreck.
Yeah.
Mick, I think we're done.
Yeah. I got to call it because it's getting late, and I reckon Brooksy's knocked down that many beers that he's left us. But if you're listening, Brooksy, thanks a lot for coming on, mate. I called him earlier in the week and I said, come on the show before for the Richmond and Collingwood preview. He came on and he was great value. All that beer that Brooksy drinks, that he makes that in his garage. He makes his own craft beer. Yeah, he makes his own craft beer. Yeah.
Well, I can tell you now, I'm not squashing my grapes, Mick. I'm buying.
Yeah. And,
hey, Mickey.
Yes.
You're gonna finish up soon.
I am, mate. I am. Are you going to go on?
Yeah, I'll start up another one.
I'll keep rambling on until you get it done, and we'll.
All right, I'll set it up.
Work it out.
All right, cheers.
Yeah.
Hey, awesome! Thanks for coming on, Bergs.
Yeah,
no, it was
so much fun,
good
bro.
Fun. I think what you're doing is really good. It's just like a nice little chat with a lot of people.
Yeah.
About memories about footy. I haven't been involved in a format like this before, but if ever you want to get me back to talk about something, I'll be happy to come back. It's really nice. It's just a nice thing that you're doing.
Thanks, mate. You're welcome anytime, Bergs. Thanks, Matt, for organising it.
I've learned it's been fantastic. Even hearing your opinion of random players across the league, it'd be fantastic as a coach.
It's good fun. You watch. I think most like my opinions you're saying too. So it just kind of confirms what you're thinking, I guess. At the end of the day.
Just gives us new things to look for as well. Like, so I'll hear what you're saying and then I'll watch out for it next time I see these guys play.
Yeah. Is there any? Tell me, what are you thinking of Cozzy Pickett at the minute?
Gone.
Yeah.
He's good, isn't he? Like those
one of the
those
best
players that come along. Like, I don't know if you guys remember Jeff Farmer, but like, Cozzy Pickett. Cozzy Pickett's an excitement machine. He's one of those guys you just go and you're just looking, where's Cozzy, where's the ball, where's Cozzy, where's the ball? Oh, fuck, here we go. Bang, and he's just like lightning quick. Like, some of these guys are so quick, you just go, the ball just kind of disappears and they're gone. They're exciting to watch. It's really good when you get a player like that who's, that 20% quicker than everyone else and they know they are, I'm really enjoying watching Cozzy Pickett at the minute, I've got to say. But your boy Dacos, like, what a footballer. He's very good. Anyway, boys, it's been great.
Thank you very much, Bergs.
Thanks for having me.
It's been an absolute great having you on, man.
Thanks very much, and appreciate
no worries.
Reaching out to me. Take care, guys. See ya.
See you, mate.
See you, Bergs.
See ya.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh, thanks for teeing that up, Matt. That was great.
That was elite, Matt. That was elite.
Yeah,
Two Richmond boys come on and they're knocking down the beers and the wines like it's going out of style, mate, putting us to shame. And giving us shit in the process as well, mate. Typical Richmond, mate.
I don't know about you guys. Class. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I thought it was really refreshing having someone else shit on our club. Just have a break so that I don't have to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh, all right, awesome. There are other people that think our club is shit. Great.
Yeah,
it's great listening to. It's great listening to that because, like, coaching these guys in under 18s, and he's got first-hand experience with some of them, and it's just really great to hear about it from that that perspective, not as a spectator,
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Are you teeing it up now, Matt?
I had like about 10 different. Yeah, I'm just give me 5 minutes, but I've got I had a list of 12 things I wanted to chat to him about. But I might do a stream tomorrow and get Bergs on tomorrow so we can. It's good. So it's wealth of great stories, great knowledge.
Oh.
And I knew he'd be like a elite guest for sure. So yeah, very lucky to have him as a coach.
Yeah.
So who have we got next week? Because no one barracks for the fucking Gold Coast.
No one, mate. Oh no, it's gonna be hard, mate.
We're gonna have to get Andrew Dillon on.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, just get someone from the AFL. Get someone from the AFL, then that's there's your Gold Coast.
Or we can try and get like a Ben King.
Yeah. On Ben King. On Ben King.
We'll get Henry Shea.
Yeah. Fucking Ben King. Dermy fucking was scathing on Ben King last week. Called him a fucking one-trick pony. Doesn't chase, doesn't do any of the hard stuff. If your team's going well, you're winning the midfield, yeah, he'll go on a lead and take a mark. But other than that, mate, when the chips are down, you can't just bomb it long. He's not going to fucking get it, mate.
We've been saying that on these streams for the last 6 months.
Yeah, I don't watch enough of Gold Coast.
Dermy.
Mainstream onto it.
Dermy was scathing, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I always called Ben King Josh Jenkins. That's who he reminded me of.
Yeah.
Josh Jenkins had kicked 6 goals, getting the ball, out the back.
Yeah.
He'd be fine if you recruited him and he just happened to be in your club already. But to go and headhunt a guy like that, because I just know what our supporters will do. He's going to kick 1 or 2 goals at Collingwood if he's lucky, a game.
Yeah.
And the supporters go, we spent $2.5 million on this guy. Yeah.
But also as well, with someone like a Josh Jenkins, at least he had a frame on him where Ben King doesn't. So it's really strange that he is a bit athletic for his height, but he kind of needs to be, given that he's so because he doesn't have like an AFL body, which is kind of ironic considering he's lasted as long as he has. Because even I remember we played the state game at the start of the year, and he actually looked pretty good. But I think I saw him play about 2 weeks ago. I think he's lost all that muscle now. Like, he doesn't look that big anymore.
Dermy was saying the reason he leads to the pockets because he doesn't want body contact, doesn't want to crash into a defender.
Yeah.
So he's trying to lead to space all the time.
Yeah, that's because he's got no frame. He's got no muscle in his frame whatsoever.
And his brother's no different to him. Really, the difference between him and his brother outside of they're both kind of injury prone, but Max is just Ben if Ben was at a boys' club.
Yeah. Literally all they have to do is just get on the protein. Just get on the protein and get into the gym, get on the weights, and just build up that muscle.
It's amazing how elite players just don't do that. Like, even like Josh Fraser, he never put on a massive frame, and it was always his downfall. Like when he was playing, Josh Fraser, and he was supposed to be a number 1 ruck, mate. He could never, just do it, mate.
Yeah.
See, Jed Walter's an unknown quantity, but at least he's an athlete. He's an actual bona fide athlete. Probably more than a footballer, and
it's all set up.
Got a big name too.
Yeah. Awesome. Everyone that's tuning in at the moment, Matty the Warble is going to start his stream as soon as I finish up now. So jump on there, and he'll be going on through the night. Thanks everyone for joining us. It's been an elite stream, if I do say so myself. Thank you to Matt for providing the character that was Bergs. Absolute legend. Great bloke, man. It would have been great playing under him. And also thanks to my mate Brooksy for coming on.
It was a great panel.
He's another character. Yeah, he's another character. And thank you, Stephanos, in the chat. Thank you, Milkshakes.
I was saying, wouldn't it be good to get Lucas and Bergs on a stream together?
Oh, yeah. I don't know what Lucas is doing. Geelong wasn't playing tonight.
Yeah, he didn't know about it. I messaged him before. He just had said he'd been off YouTube, so he might jump on with us.
Yeah,
on the after show.
Yeah.
So
no worries. So can I just ask, Shawnee, how are you going for Saturday, mate, for the watch along? It's at 12.
What time is it? 12? Well, I'm definitely going to the game. I'll have to get back to you on that and see.
Man, whatever.
I should be okay, but you just never know.
Yeah, even if you come at halftime or whatever, man. If not, I'll just go solo, or someone else will come on and help us out. And then after the game, which will be good, won't be in the early hours. It'll be just about 7:30 or so after the game, after Anthony's done. I'm going to the game. Anyone want to say hello? I'll be outside gate 3, and come and say hello. So Matt's going to go on straight after me. Go, Matt.
Yeah. Go. So go and smash some darts with Mick outside the gates. And,
Age is usually with me.
Yeah.
We usually convene outside gate 3 or 4 and talk about how shit we are, because we're always at half time. We're always fucking. The first half's always fucking shit all year, mate.
Yeah.
So Boyd, thanks for joining us, mate. Legend.
No, thanks for having me. Yeah.
No worries. And Shawnee, everyone go off to match stream. It's going to start straight after I'm done. Thank you very much, legends. I'm going to end the stream now.